Hello everyone and welcome to the CIML Football Pregame Show. I am your host Blake Walker. It is week 8 of the Iowa High School football season here in the Metro. We have a very, very big week of football this week and the next, and we have a big pregame show ahead of you. We're going to talk to the coaches, take a look at the top 20 in the RPI, and much, much more. Your RPI, your top 20 in RPI for Class 5A looks like this. Bettendorf is still the number 1 team because they are the only unbeaten team left in Class 5A. The Bulldogs are 7-0. Iowa City Liberty is at number 2. Proved their worth last week against Ankeny at a big win. Pleasant Valley is number 3. Boy, who'd have thunk we'd see 3 Eastern Iowa teams at the top, but that's exactly how it's looking. And sitting behind them in the 4th spot, West Des Moines Valley at 6-1. They lost to Dowling, but it doesn't matter. They are ahead of Dowling. Dowling is at number 5 at 6-1. Linmar is at the number 6 position. They are the second to last 6-1 team currently in the rankings. Only a 28-35 record against opponents' records. Iowa City High, their opponent this week, is at the number 7 position. Johnston currently sits at the number 8 spot. Sioux City East is 9th. And Waterloo West, coming off the loss to Valley, drops all the way down to the 10th spot. At the number 11 spot, it is Southeast Polk. They are currently the highest rated 4-3 team in the 5A RPI. Ankeny Centennial's at the 12th spot at 5-2. Ottumwa, after the loss to Waukee Northwest, drops from 6th to 13th. They are the worst 6-1 team in the RPI. Their opponent's record is 18-45. That is the worst in 5A. Iowa City West at 4-3 sits at 14th. Ankeny is the highest team currently under 500. They are 15th at 3-4, with Cedar Rapids Prairie right behind them at 3-4. Waukee is at 17th, and they are perfectly tied with Waukee Northwest. Despite the win over Northwest, the RPI has played out that both Waukee and Waukee Northwest are tied at 17 apiece. Waukee is 4-3, Waukee Northwest is 3-4. Urbandale is at the number 19th spot at 3-4, and Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln slots in at the 20th spot. So that is a look at your RPI and or districts. It was a busy week, and we will have a busy next couple weeks as we get set for the postseason. We'll be right back with much more. You're watching the CIML Football Pregame Show.
Metro Heating and Cooling is celebrating 40 years of keeping Des Moines comfortable. To celebrate, this October we're offering $40 off one of our seasonal maintenance plans or $40 off any repair. Get your home ready for the colder months with expert care and big savings. Whether it's a quick tune-up or a much-needed fix, we've got you covered. So call Metro Heating and Cooling today to celebrate 40 years with $40 off this October. Trust the team that's been keeping you warm since 1984.
The deals are hot this month at DeArmond Ford Indianola. New 2024 F-150 XLTs with 3.9% for 60 months, plus up to $8,000 off MSRP. Get $6,000 off or 2.9% for 72 months on new 2024 Expeditions and new 2024 Edge and Escapes, both with 1.9% for 60 months, plus up to $2,075 rebate. No payments for 90 days on all new Fords at DeArmond Ford Indianola.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Welcome back to the CISN Football Pregame Show. I'm your host, Blake Walker. It is time for the coach interview segment of tonight's pregame show. Had a chance to sit down with Coach Pezzetti and Coach Kopatich ahead of Waukee Northwest and Ankeny Centennial's big game this evening. Here with Coach Pezzetti of the Ankeny Centennial Jaguars. Coach, thanks for joining us today. You got a big one this week, Waukee Northwest. We'll talk about last week just real quick. Good win over Des Moines Roosevelt, 45-3. How crucial was a win that where you could kind of sit your guys in the second half and get everybody rested up for a big rest of the season here?
Anytime you go southeast Polk and east and you come back with Dowling and then Roosevelt, you're always hoping to get back on the winning ways. And our kids played great. Our coaches had a great week of practice preparing our kids. Now going into these last two games, it's playoff time. And it's a playoff game for Waukee Northwest, and it's a playoff game for us.
Are you somebody that looks at the RPI, or are you one of those people that just says, it does what it wants to do, we'll keep our ears closed and just kind of play our football the way we play?
No, you obviously want to look at it and see where you're at. And you know what? Our opponents' records aren't what we envisioned them being 2 years ago when our schedule came out. A year ago, our schedule was the toughest in the state. And this year, with a lot of the parity that's going on in the state, it's not. So we need to take care of ourselves these last two games. First of all, Waukee Northwest on Friday night, they're telling their kids it's a must-win to be in the playoffs, and we're telling our kids the same thing.
You got a good Waukee Northwest team, 3-4, like you said, a win to get in most likely. They're a very young team. I mean, their top passer, receiver, rusher, and tackler are all underclassmen. Let's talk about the quarterback, Matt Heitland. Obviously a sophomore. You haven't seen him before. How do you go about this week? What does practice look like for a team this young?
He's outstanding. All those guys you just mentioned are outstanding young men. They play hard. They're well coached. They do some things that you don't see day in and day out, and preparing our kids is crucial this week.
Coach, we appreciate your time. Good luck to you and the Jags here on Friday night.
Hey, thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Coach. Here with Coach Kopatich of Waukee Northwest. Coach, thanks for joining us today. Currently sitting 3-4, and for some people, this is a must-win this week here against Ankeny Centennial. Talk about it this week. I mean, well, first of all, let's talk about last week. Ottumwa is not a bad football team. They can run the ball really well. What was that like last week? That big of a win over that team?
Yeah, I mean, I thought we played pretty well on both sides of the ball offensively. We scored in every drive until we kneeled it out at the end. We went down there and played they were undefeated and ranked, and we had to go on the road. So you always have to take those games seriously. So we went down there and came ready to play and had a good game. Matt
Heitland has been really good this year. Is it surprised you how good that he's been this year as just a sophomore coming into the season? Did you think, we're going to have a quarterback on our hands? And at this point, you'll have a good quarterback here for the next couple of years because he's been very good.
Yeah, I mean, we knew he was going to be really good heading into the season. And we had a couple seniors back. We had a really good quarterback competition with him and two other seniors. And he's a really talented kid. He can make every throw on the field. Am I surprised? No, but I mean, yeah, I mean, I think he's even surpassed expectations. He's been really good all year. Has made good decisions. I mean, the few interceptions he have been kind of at the end of the game where he's just been thrown up to make a play. So he's been pretty efficient, high completion rate, and has done really well for us.
Your leading passer, rusher, receiver, and tackler are all not seniors. And you talked about a good senior class that you have, but it's a growing season. Have you seen these younger guys grow as the year has gone on?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've seen a lot of improvement. I think we're a better team than we were in week 1 or week 2. But we play really good competition. So every night's a big game, and obviously this week will be no different. Centennial is really good. So all of our games that we've been in, all these big Central Iowa games have been 4-quarter games. We've had the lead in the second half, and unfortunately haven't finished in all those games. But it's been so I think we've gotten better, but it's been a tough season.
Let's talk about Centennial this week. Could consider it must win if you guys want to make the postseason, just kind of how you're sitting. But, they're a team that runs the ball well, very good defensively. They've played a good schedule, as you guys have. What has been the key this week in practice when it comes to taking these guys down here on Friday night?
Yeah, I don't think we approach this game any different than any other one we played. I mean, to us, they're all must win. So I think we've approached it the same. And I think, the key to it is having a really good week of practice. We know if we're going to beat Centennial, you got to stop the run. I mean, they've got some really good running backs. The things they do on offense make it's difficult to prepare for. And then defensively, we got to continue to move the chains. I thought we did a really good job of that last Friday night. We were able to get first downs, consistently move the chains, and hopefully keep their offense off the field.
Coach, we appreciate your time. Good luck to you and the Wolves here on Friday night.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. Once again, I want to take a moment to thank all the coaches who sit and chat with us every single week here on the CISN Football Pregame Show. We appreciate it greatly. When we come back, we'll take a look at the games going on tonight. You're watching the CISN Football Pregame Show.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V-Plow and Impact Straight Blade. With the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
Welcome back to the CISN Football Pregame Show. I'm your host, Blake Walker. Let's wrap things up and let's take a look at the games going on tonight. Take a look at your 5A games going on tonight and also around the state. Tonight on the Central Iowa Sports Network, number 15 Ankeny hosts number 4 Valley. This game last year, let's pretty much switch how this game was supposed to go down because it was Valley who needed to win this game to stay alive in the RPI. Well, it looks like Ankeny's going to have to do that this year. Number 15 Ankeny hosts Valley in what should be a phenomenal football game. Another team that needs to win. It looks like this is the must-win make or break for the postseason. Waukee Northwest at 3-4 hosts number 12 Ankeny Centennial. Whoever loses this game is in trouble, to say the least. Waukee Northwest a little bit more than Centennial. Do the Wolves have anything left to upset the Jags and stay alive in postseason competition? And then finally, it's been the match we've all loved watching the last couple of years. And honest to God truth, last year's was probably the best game we've ever seen. Number 5 Dowling Catholic takes on number 11 Southeast Polk. This game has been great the last couple of years. Dowling hasn't beat Southeast Polk since 2015. The Rams could might need to win to stay alive, could afford a loss. Really, this game might help decide who gets home field advantage for the postseason. And finally, other games going on, mostly to our friends in Eastern Iowa that have a lot to do with the RPI. Number 3 Pleasant Valley takes on number 14 Iowa City West. Pleasant Valley looks really good. One of their best wins over the year is against Iowa City Liberty, though they have lost to Bettendorf. But keep an eye out for the Spartans. Number 6 Linn-Mar takes on number city Iowa City High. This one's pretty simple. It feels like the winner of this game will get home field advantage in the playoffs. The loser will not and will have to go on the road. Iowa City High does play Bettendorf next week, though. Keep an eye out for that one. Linn-Mar will take on Prairie. Number 10 Waterloo West, coming off the loss to Valley, will try to recover against, you guessed it, another top 3 team. Number 2 Iowa City Liberty takes on the Wallhawks. We'll see if Waterloo West can put up a fight, or will have their back against the wall in Week 9 when they take on Ottumwa. And finally, number 1 Bettendorf tries to stay undefeated. They take on a number 16th ranked Prairie team who is on the outside or currently on the inside, but you think a loss pretty much sets the Hawks out. Remember, they did beat Southeast Polk earlier this year. Keep an eye out for this one between the Bulldogs and the Hawks. Well, that will do it for us here on the CISN Football Pregame Show. I've been your host, Blake Walker. Enjoy the games tonight. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.
Friday night high school football and the Central Iowa Game of the Week on 96.9 The Bull. Catch all the action right here on The Bull, or watch it now on CISN.TV. And now from the field, it's Trent Condon.
Welcome back alongside Lucas Strain. I'm Trent Condon, and this is High School Football Week 8 edition in our Central Iowa Game of the Week. Playoff implications on the line. Waukee Northwest playing host to the Ankeny Centennial Jaguars, two teams with big hopes coming forward. And Lucas, another thing about this, getting in so incredibly important it feels like this season, because this is as open of a big school class as I can remember in a long time. There are more than a handful of teams that feel like they can win a state championship this year.
You could ask me the question right now, Lucas. Who's the team that you think is going to win it all? I couldn't tell you. Like you said, I can give you 5 teams. Maybe I can give you 6 or 7 teams that have the chance to win it all. There is no team that is head and shoulders above the rest. We've seen that with Southeast Polk the last couple of seasons. How many years in a row did we see Dowling win the championship? What was it, 7, 8? They won it every year that they won it every single year that I was playing in high school, my freshman through senior year. There is no team that is head and shoulders above the rest of the crowd. So that's where making the playoffs, even if you are on the lower side of things, if you're one of the lower seeds that just barely sneaks in, it's okay. It's okay, because you might be neck and neck with the team that you're playing in the first round.
It is high-level football, but an open level, and that's what makes this about as exciting as I can remember at the 5-school class. Let's take a look here on CISN and the Taco John's pregame show at our playoff scenarios. Top 6 teams in the RPI make the playoffs after next week's final week of the regular season. The top 8 have the opportunity to host. We see Ankeny Centennial. They come in number 12. They're in right now, but a loss here puts them right on the bubble. Waukee Northwest, they sit at ties for 17th with their crosstown brethren, the Waukee Warriors, at 17. They need a victory tonight.
Oh, they do. You lose tonight, and you are guaranteed you're going to finish below 500. Now, you can still make the playoffs finishing below 500. We've seen Valley do that in the last couple of years. You're not eliminated tonight, but tonight is essentially a playoff game, and with Ankeny Centennial, because of where we sit. Look at what we saw just last week, Trent. We saw a team that was, around that 12 or 13 spot, and then they lost, and then you go right down to the outside looking in. So, stealing a term from college basketball here, the teams are on bubble watch.
Yes.
And it's kind of surprising for Ankeny Centennial when we were number 3 at the state at one time, number 1, 4-1 to start the year, losing to 4-0 to start the season. You lose to Dowling in the triple overtime game, which you were at. I'm going to ask you about that a little bit later. But yeah, now you're slipping down a little bit further, and you're right onto that bubble.
Going to be a fun night of football here, and two teams that come in with really good quarterbacks, so they do it in a different way. For Waukee Northwest, it's Matt Heitland, the sophomore quarterback, put together a monster season, 21 touchdowns this year against 5 interceptions. He is a guy that loves to go down the field.
Oh, he's going to look to throw the ball as far down as he can. I wouldn't be surprised on Northwest's first drive we see just how far he can throw it, because they're going to want to stretch the field vertically. And here's what I love about Heitland. we see this a lot in high school, he's dual threat. He leads the team in rushing touchdowns this season. He's not afraid to get a little dirty and lower the shoulder, but he's going to be able to use his speed, get to the outside, dual threat. We're going to see him throw it deep. We're going to see him run it. I love watching Mac Heitland play.
On the other side, Ankeny Centennial, Chase Kluver. He is a dual threat quarterback. 9 touchdowns through the air this year against just 4 interceptions, but he can also hurt you on the ground. Now, he just has 63 yards rushing, but that also accounts with sacks throughout the course of the season. He's a guy that plays physical, and if they need 3 yards on a 4th and 2, he can put his head down.
Well, if you're going to be the quarterback for Ankeny Centennial, you better be able to run the ball, and you better be physical, because that's what you're going to be expected to do. They're not going to, Coach Pezzetti, the Pezzettis aren't going to ask you to pass the ball a whole lot, but it's something that he can do. We've seen Kluver has thrown, but he's capable of throwing the ball down the field as well. But you're right. What Centennial is going to look to do in this game is they're going to run the ball. They're going to have Kluver run the ball. This is going to be a dirty game, 3 yards in a cloud of dust type of game for the Jaguars.
We'll take our final time out of the Taco John's pregame show. Come back and get ready for the opening kickoff. It's the Jaguars and the Wolves in the Central Iowa Game of the Week. Quick timeout. We're back with more of the Taco John's pregame show on 96.9 FM and video streaming on CISN.TV.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Metro Heating and Cooling is celebrating 40 years of keeping Des Moines comfortable. To celebrate, this October we're offering $40 off one of our seasonal maintenance plans or $40 off any repair. Get your home ready for the colder months with expert care and big savings. Whether it's a quick tune-up or a much-needed fix, we've got you covered. So call Metro Heating and Cooling today to celebrate 40 years with $40 off this October. Trust the team that's been keeping you warm since 1984.
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
Back to the Central Iowa Game of the Week on 96.9 The Bull. Let's go out to the field for the play-by-play. Here's Trent Condon.
Alongside Lucas Strain, welcome back into this monster matchup here with playoff implications. It is Waukee Northwest playing host to Ankeny Centennial. Should be a fun night of football here this evening. Lucas Strain, I will tell you, the environment here at what they call the Den, it is charged up.
I'll be honest, I couldn't hear you. I couldn't hear you. They turned the music off now, so we're ready to go now, but I couldn't hear you. The entire press box was shaking. What kind of speakers do they have here? What's going on?
You can tell it's a new stadium, huh?
Oh, yeah, just a little bit. The lights are flashing on and off. In sync with the music. It feels like we're at an SEC football game.
Waukee Northwest takes the field. They'll be wearing their alternate black uniforms here tonight. Now, an interesting choice doing it against the black and silver of Ankeny Centennial. So it'll be the white jerseys, though, tonight on the road for Ankeny Centennial with the black helmets and the black pants. Waukee Northwest will be wearing those black jerseys with the white lids and the silver pants. Two teams, playoff aspirations, two teams that obviously know the importance of this one. Lucas, let's take a look here at our keys to the game in the Taco John's pregame show.
So my first key to the game, we're going to start with Ankeny Centennial. So what they have to be is stay true to who they are. Trent, you were at the game against Dowling Catholic 2 weeks ago, where they blew the 18-point lead and eventually lost in triple overtime to the Maroons. What helped lead to that comeback for Dowling was 2 interceptions by Chase Kluver. We talked about him at the top of the hour, how capable he is. That was half of his interceptions on the year, so it's not like he's only thrown 4. He's not a turnover machine. But what Centennial needs to do is stay true to who they are. They are a running team. That's what the Pezzettis have done forever. So just keep the ball on the ground. They run it nearly twice as much as they throw it. Don't forget who you are and what has gotten you so much success. Keep the ball on the ground.
You see the youngsters as you're watching on CISN TV that are being honored here, the youth football program for Waukee Northwest, and you can see why people are already anticipating that third high school here in Waukee. Look at the hundreds of kids that are out there on the football field right now. They get an opportunity to go out on the field to be there as the varsity squad makes their way out there. We're talking about 2 of the fastest rising places in not just central Iowa, not just the state of Iowa, but in the country, in Ankeny, in Waukee. The growth of both of these communities, these are both the new high schools, and I don't think it's going to stop for either of the 2 cities. I think you're going to see a third high school for both of them pretty soon.
Well, I remember when Ankeny first split. I was still in high school. I was a freshman in high school when that first went down, and that was crazy to me. And then hearing for the first time that Waukee was going to split as well, I was like, well, yeah, it was about time. Because Waukee, when I was in high school, they're putting out their freshman C team when it comes to track, and they're out here. All we had at Urbandale was one team, one varsity and JV squad. So yeah, it's about time that we saw the split, and I wouldn't be surprised, Trent, if you're right, if we do see a third Waukee school.
And there's some talk up in Urbandale, your alma mater, about a possibility of them moving down and moving out of the CIML and going into the Little Hawkeye Conference with Dallas Center Grimes, Norwalk, some of those schools. They're landlocked. There's not much chance to build for Urbandale, and obviously we see the growth out here in the other suburbs.
It's tough to play the competition that Urbandale has when they're the size that they are. Mm-hmm. They're constantly finding themselves outmanned, undersized. They have good facilities, but when you're playing the likes of Waukee Northwest or Ankeny Centennial or Johnston, Waukee, Dowling, Valley, you find yourself you're at a disadvantage at every single game. So it's no wonder that you've seen they haven't been winning as much as they would like to.
Well, we are about ready for kickoff here, and one thing also going to be impactful, if you're outside today, as Lucas and I were for much of the day, it is windy, the wind blowing out of the south, and that is from the way that this is configured. That'll be on the right end of your screen or the right end of your radio dial if you're listening along with us on 96.9 FM. It'll be Waukee Northwest that will be back deep to receive as Ankeny Centennial will kick things off. Ryan Benduzu, he's got a strong leg. He does have 25 touchbacks this year and 38 kickoffs. And with the wind at his back, you anticipate he'll have no trouble getting it into the end zone. Back deep to receive. For the Wolves, it is Jordan Green, the sophomore wideout, and Isaiah Oliver, a couple of their talented pass catchers that are also back there in the return unit. Ready to go here, a balmy 68 degrees at kickoff. We're ready to go. Thanks to Taco John's for our Taco John's pregame show. And here we go, high school football and what should be a fun night here on 96.9 FM and CISN TV. Ball on the tee, and we are underway. There is the kickoff deep into the end zone, and it will be a touchback. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line for the homestanding Waukee Northwest Wolves.
So Waukee Northwest, my key to the game for the Wolves is don't give up on the run game. Trent, I've seen them once already this year. And the game that we were at, they were playing against Dowling. They had an early lead in that game. But then when things started going away from them and Dowling took control, it seemed like Northwest just completely abandoned the running game. Mm-hmm. So they cannot forget to do that. You got to give your ball to Woodruff, James, Koenig. It's a 3-man backfield for Waukee. Got to make sure that all 3 of them get a couple of touches every now and then.
They'll send a man in motion and flip it out to him, complete to the right side, but hit behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss on the play. Swing passes, they got it out there in space and found Jordan Green, but he's hit for a loss on the play.
Jackson Reed, the senior defensive back for the Jaguars, the one who makes the initial play. He's this corner out on an island, sheds the block. He does a nice job. What you do as a cornerback is you want to keep your arms fully extended when you're getting blocked, because once it's in tight, that's when the offense can start to hold. Keep him extended, throw him aside, and make the tackle.
2nd down and 12 after the loss of 2, and flags come in. And pointing back at Waukee Northwest, not the start they were looking for, as it'll be a procedure penalty of false start against the offense. And now all of a sudden it's 2nd down and 17.
Not the start that they were looking for, especially when you consider the key to the game. I said don't forget about the running game. Well, it's kind of difficult to run the ball when you're already in a 2nd and 17. Coaches often start with a game script to start the game. You might have to abandon the script on play number 2.
2nd and 17 out of the gun. They will hand the football off right side, breakthrough, couple of tackles out past the 20, past the original line of scrimmage, and brings it to the 21, a pickup of 8.
So we said that Waukee Northwest running back is a 3-man backfield. The first carry of this game goes to Will Koenig, the senior. Seen a couple of seniors. Is tonight senior night for Waukee Northwest? Saw the posters out on the fence, and we see the little youth football team is out there. So give the ball to the senior first. Koenig's the first guy that we see.
It'll be 3rd and manageable, 3rd and 9. Taking a shot deep down the field, incomplete. Great coverage, stride by stride, running up the sideline and knocked away in those big corners for Ankeny Centennial. The deflection there by Cale Woods.
Cale Woods, what I love is that the officials let him play through this. A little bit of a contact. Waukee Northwest sideline. Saw some of the players were asking for a flag. We see the replay there on CISN. But that was just good coverage. A little contact, but I like that the refs let him play through it.
Woods at 6'4", one of the bigger cornerbacks that you're going to find in the CIML and across the state, as he gets the deflection. 4th down and 9. Here's the punt team out. Short punt into that win. Going to hit at the 39-yard line. Will take a Northwest roll to their own 45. It's a 24-yard punt. And Ankeny Centennial going to start off in great field position in plus territory.
All right, so Ankeny Centennial. What we're going to see a lot, of running the ball. Braden Jackson and J.J. Morgan, the senior-junior combo. They're each going to get some touches. Braden Jackson, 99 carries on the year. He's averaging over 8 yards a carry, 14 scores. So that we are going to see a lot of running. We're going to see Chase Kluver get very physical out of the quarterback position. Not going to see too many passes.
As they start from the Waukee Northwest 45-yard line here on a great night for football. Week 8 of the high school football season. Here's Braden Jackson. He'll take the carry and go straight up the gut. Pick up a 4 on the play. 2nd down and 6 for Braden Jackson, the senior. 804 yards rushing this year, averaging 8.1 yards per touch.
So when you're going to run the ball as much as Ankeny Centennial does, that starts with an offensive line, and the Jaguars have an elite offensive line. If you go ahead and look at how they match up against this Waukee defensive front, I think just about all 5 blockers are towering over the guys they're going to be blocking.
2nd down and 6 from the 41. They'll hit it off. Big hole Jackson. 1st down and more. Past the 30. All the way down to the 25-yard line. A pickup of 16. Braden Jackson doing work here early on.
Yeah, great start for the senior running back. We saw flashes of it last year when he was a junior as we watched the replay. Look at that push from the offensive line. It's about 3 yards down the field before Jackson even has a hand touched on him. Just so much push, so much stronger the Jaguars are than the Wolves.
They work now from the 24-yard line. 1st and 10 for Ankeny Centennial. Here on the road, they come in at number 12 in the latest RPI. Handed off Jackson. He scoots forward, a couple of hop steps left and right, and fights forward for a short gain, a pickup of 2. 2nd and 8.
So it's an inside zone concept for Ankeny Centennial, and what that means is they're going to get the ball to Jackson early, and they're going to let him choose which gap he's going to go through. All the offensive linemen pretty much block the guy in front of him. They're going to try and create multiple holes. Jackson gets to decide, okay, am I going to go left or am I going to go right? What Waukee Northwest does defensively is both linebackers, they weren't blocked, so they just fill both of the 2 gaps, so that's why there was no running room.
8:55 to play, 1st quarter, no score with the Jaguars and the Wolves. They'll go right back to the ground again. Jackson right side, he'll try this time. stood up at the 20-yard line, fought forward to the 19. He gets 4. It'll be third manageable.
So it's the same exact thing, except this time we're going to go with the outside zone. So same concept. We're going to give the ball to Jackson, let him go outside. And the offense, they're not trying to block one particular hole. They're going to let Jackson decide, okay, which guy am I going to run behind? Am I going to run behind the guard, the tackle, the tight end? And again, good job by Waukee Northwest defensively, filling up every hole. But like we said, this is what Centennial wants to do offensively. They're going to huddle. They're going to chew the play clock. There's 5 seconds left already.
And they're going to have to use a timeout as they're still huddling up, and there is the timeout. With 8:06 to play in the first quarter, no score. Jaguars on the move against the Wolves. Back in 30 seconds. This is high school football on 96.9 FM and video streaming on CISN TV.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
Your football headquarters.
You're listening to high school football and the Central Iowa Game of the Week on KXNO HD2 Ankeny. 96.9 The Bull. Back to the action with Trent Condon.
Alongside Lucas Strain, thanks for joining us here tonight in Waukee Northwest High School. 3rd and 4 for Ankeny Centennial as they march into the Metro Heating and Cooling red zone to the 20-yard line. They'll throw for the first time out to the left side, complete near the first down, puts his head down and gets the first down. A physical catch and run by Isaac Brohl for the first.
I love pointing out blockers. When blockers are the people who make this happen. Number 10, Sam Hyther. He's the one who makes this play happen. The slot wide receiver on the left side. It's an RPO for Centennial. And he has his man out on an island. It is not easy blocking one-on-one out in space. And he handles his man. That's the reason that they picked up the first down. They're into the Metro Heating and Cooling red zone. Sorry, I took your job.
Oh, no, absolutely. I already had that. I got that the play before.
Did you? I was looking at my roster here.
Well, you're not watching the Yankees. Here is play action, but before it gets going, it is a flag again. We'll check down on the field and see. Was it an offensive lineman? I think I saw a head bob down there by an offensive lineman. We'll check officially on the call with the crew down on the field here. And it's Class 5A matchup, Week 8 of the season. It is an encroachment penalty, so that's what led to the head bob. Also remember, at the high school level, once you pass as a defender the line of scrimmage, it's a dead ball and an automatic encroachment penalty.
How do you feel about that? Would you like to see a free play?
I would. I understand it.
It'd be interesting to see, is a quarterback and the receiver, are they heads up to do it? Heads up enough?
Makes it first down and 5 now as they'll hand it off. Spinning forward to the 5, to the 2. Physical run once again, and that is Braden Jackson's not the biggest guy in the world, but boy, he has some big, strong legs.
Yeah, he's not going to be. They don't have his weight listed on the roster here. Trent, what is going on here?
I got you covered.
Not off to the perfect start here for me.
5'11", 185.
185. So he's not going to be your guy who's going to be running up the middle, but we saw just how strong he is because there was multiple players for Northwest in the backfield immediately on that play. They were there to make the tackle, but he's so strong and he's so powerful, he's able to break free and pick up the first down.
First and goal from the 2-yard line from the Metro Heating and Cooling red zone. A deep drive here as they'll bring the man in motion. That's Jackson left side. He is in. Touchdown Jaguars. Ankeny Centennial. They put him in the slot, moved him around, and he found his way in for 6. Jaguars strike first.
Talked about the offensive line for Ankeny Centennial. That is the strength for this team as we look at the replay here. They send him in motion, and it's kind of like a power handoff. They have a fullback in the backfield who's just there as the extra blocker. Get the man in motion, get him moving before the snap so he's not, start and go. He's already moving.
Benduzzo on to attempt the PAT for Ankeny Centennial. Snap back, hold down, kick on its way. It is up, and it is good. 7-0. Centennial with the lead over Waukee Northwest. This is high school football on 96.9 FM.
Save big at DeArmond CDJR Ames. Receive 2.9% for 84 months on the new Dodge Hornet RT, Grand Cherokee 4xE, and Jeep Wrangler 4xE. New Ram 1500 4x4s at one low price of $35,990. New Ram HD Crew Cab 4x4 starting at $47,990. That's over $13,000 off. Plus up to $10,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Grand Cherokees at the all-new DeArmond CDJR Ames. DeArmondAmes.com.
Metro Heating and Cooling is celebrating 40 years of keeping Des Moines comfortable. To celebrate, this October we're offering $40 off one of our seasonal maintenance plans or $40 off any repair. Get your home ready for the colder months with expert care and big savings. Whether it's a quick tune-up or a much-needed fix, we've got you covered. So call Metro Heating and Cooling today to celebrate 40 years with $40 off this October. Trust the team that's been keeping you warm since 1984.
On 96.9 The Bull.
Trekon and Lucas Strain back with you. Welcome aboard with us. 7-0 Centennial with the lead. Benduzzo is able to line drive that one into the end zone for another touchback. It'll be 1st and 10 for Waukee Northwest. 6:52 to play, and the Wolves need a response.
So the Wolves find themselves in a situation where they're down 1. They failed to pick up a first down on their first drive of the game, and a large part of that was because of a penalty. They found themselves in a 2nd and 17. Now again, this is what we said at the top of the game. Don't give up on the running game. Okay, you cannot abandon it. You have to keep your offensive linemen moving forward.
They will flip it out complete up the right side. First down out to the 33-yard line. Good looking pitch and catch out there. Heitland able to find his tight end in stride. That is Gavin Schaller for the first.
I like this play from Schaller. We don't see tight ends used very much in high school, but it's a nice play action where he starts on the left side and then he drags his way across the field. Centennial bit hard onto the play action, so it was just a nice floated pass from Heitland. Nice, easy job.
From the 34-yard line, a pickup of 14. Heitland out of the gun. This time he will hand it off. Oh, good juke there in space and able to pick up 7 on the play. That is a nice-looking run, and that is what Waukee Northwest needs. That was picked up by number 21, Tekoa Mantua Walsh, making just his 14th carry of the year.
Yeah, we haven't seen much from him so far this season. We said that this is a 3-man backfield for the Wolves, and we're seeing a 4th man already. Interesting. Ryan Woodruff and Caleb James, the 2 guys who have had the most carries so far this season, neither of them have gotten a touch yet.
They will go right back to the ground again, try to get that first down, and they do. Second surge, able to push it forward past the 45-yard line. A pickup of 3. First down for Waukee Northwest.
I thought this was a situation where the Wolves could have gone heavy play action. You go hard with it. When you're at a 2nd and 1, you assume you're probably going to be able to pick up the first down on the next play, even if the pass falls incomplete. So I thought they might have tried to take a shot there, but they're listening to what I said the first time. Don't abandon the running game.
And they're continuing with the senior, Tekoa Mantua Walsh. Play action pass out to the left side. It is complete. Good catch over there. That was off the shoe tops on the completion to Jordan Green.
Jordan Green is a very talented receiver for Waukee Northwest. Trent, we've heard a lot about the sophomore class for this team. And this is a sophomore, leads the team this year in every category receiving the ball. Most catches, most yards, most touchdowns, 7 of them on the year for the sophomore. So the passing game, look for Jordan Green to be the guy.
It'll be 2nd down and 3 after the pickup of 7 as they march into Ankeny Centennial territory with 5:38 to play in the first quarter. Counter play up the middle on the run. Going to be stopped just short. Mantua Walsh able to pick up 2 on the play. It'll set up 3rd down and a yard.
It only got them a yard or 2, but it's an interesting play call. And I think it's a good play call because we saw just how aggressive Centennial's defensive ends are going to be. They pushed down the field so hard. It's a counter. It was like a mix between a counter and a draw, the way that the offensive tackles just let their guys get so vertically down the field.
5:05 to play in the first quarter. 7-0 lead for Ankeny Centennial. Now they'll go under center, push forward, and it's the tush push without the push. Just doing it himself, coming under center. That's Julian Sweeney, and he's able to fight forward for a pickup of 4.
First rushing attempt of the season. No time like the second to last game of the year. Send your man in motion if you put him under center. If you like the formation, run the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, that was a fun one there, and kind of caught those defensive tackles, I think, a little bit off guard. Now they'll go back to the shotgun with Heitland. He'll hand the football off. He is hit in the backfield this time. Swarming defense there on the hit first. It was Bassett, who also plays the punter position. He was there on the hit, a loss on the play of a yard. It'll be 2nd and 11.
So I just talked about how they ran a combination of a counter and draw. It's a similar concept here. And I talked about how their defensive end, Centennials, are getting so vertically down the field. And that's what we saw. They just won the matchup that time. Bassett getting to the outside, using his speed and strength to get to the running back.
4:10 to play first quarter. Jaguars 7, Wolves 0. Facing 2nd down and 11 is Waukee Northwest. Long look over at the sideline, still looking. There's down to 5 on the play clock, and they're going to have to use a timeout. 2nd down and 11 when we come back in 30 seconds. 3:56 to play. Centennial 7, Northwest 0. This is high school football on 96.9 FM.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
You're listening to high school football and the Central Iowa Game of the Week on KXNO HD2 Ankeny, 96.9 The Bull. Back to the action with Trent Condon.
Welcome back to Waukee Northwest High School. The Wolves facing 2nd down and 11, trailing Ankeny Centennial 7-0 in our Central Iowa Game of the Week. One more week to go here of the regular season in Class 5A, along with 4A and 3A. The smaller school classes, 2A down to 8-player, will conclude their regular season here this evening, and we'll get the playoff brackets for them tomorrow morning. 2nd down and 11, play action pass out on a little tunnel screen to left, complete to Green. He's able to fight forward through an arm tackle and brings it forward to the 37 to pick up a 6.
Talked about Jordan Green just a couple of plays ago, so we already see his second catch. So now you're into a 3rd and 5 situation. You're outside of field goal range, so I wonder if this is going to be a run for Waukee Northwest to try and get them into a 4th and short scenario.
They'll work out of the shotgun, shift 2 tight ends over to the right side of the formation. Rolling that way is Heitland, looking up the field, still rolling. Across the middle, complete. First down to the 21-yard line, a pickup of 16. And guess who on the reception? Again, it's Jordan Green.
Yeah, the sophomore to sophomore connection from Heitland to Jordan Green has been good all year, and we've seen it so far in this first quarter tonight. It's a designed rollout where they try and get outside, and you see Jordan Green, who's just left all alone about 5-10 yards down the field, and then some nice run after the catch.
Now, late drag there coming all the way from the far side of the formation. That is a long developing play. The offensive line stood up and gets the first down to the 22-yard line with 2:55 left to play here in the first. They'll hand the football off. Not much room. Pickup of a yard on the play. Again, the run for Takoa Mantua Walsh. Gets a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Kind of surprising we've seen as much of Mantua Walsh as we have so far tonight. Just the 13 carries coming into this one. And he's already got 3-4 of them on this second drive for Waukee Northwest. Again, nothing so far from Ryan Woodruff, their junior running back, who had 49 carries on the year to lead the team, or from the senior, Caleb Janes, who had 43, second most. I don't think I've seen either one of them on the field yet.
2:20 to play. I know earlier this season Woodruff was dealing with injury. I wonder if that has continued to crop up as they look to throw up the right side. Looking to the end zone for Green. Incomplete. Here comes the flag. It'll be pass interference against the Jaguars.
So we see the Jaguar defender gets his head around. It's kind of down in the corner. We don't have a great view at it. So we'll see if there was any extra contact once the ball was about even with them. Because we saw the Jaguar player gets his head turned around. So that's not where the problem comes in, but we'll get the official word from the referee.
And it is pass interference against the defense. It will be good enough for a first down from the 22-yard line. They'll move it forward to 11. So half the distance to the goal. It'll be a first down just outside of the 10-yard line as they march into the Metro Heating and Cooling red zone. 2:07 to play. First down for Waukee Northwest. Mac Heitland, 21 touchdowns this year against just 5 interceptions, has thrown for over 1,500 yards coming into play here this evening. I look back over at the sideline again, clock out with 2:07 left in the first. And out of the shotgun, twin receivers to the left. They'll hand the football off. Not much running room there, trying to make his way out of the pack, and they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Yeah, no gain on that play. Nice job from Centennial up front defensively. We've seen Northwest run it a lot so far in this game. Certainly a lot more than what we saw when we watched them earlier this year when they were playing Dowling. So, it's been a nice combination of passing and running thus far.
Benta Walsh with 6 carries already on the night. Will Kading got the first of the evening, 7 rushes so far for Waukee Northwest, their second drive of the football game. 2nd and 10 from the 11. Out of the gun, 5 wide receiver look. Heitland, pressure comes, rolls to his left, still looking. Gonna chuck it out. It's got a man out there, complete. Breaks a tackle to the goal line. Touchdown, Wolves! 11-yard touchdown pass. That was Elliott Combe. All alone, breaks a tackle and is in for 6.
Yeah, he's wide open, Elliott Combe is. He's all by himself as we watch the replay here. Look at Heitland scramble out towards his left, and then it's kind of the Madden play where you're playing video games and you scramble out. You make the defensive player decide, okay, am I going to try and keep the quarterback from rushing it, or am I going to stick with my receiver? He goes after the quarterback, Heitland. It just leaves Combe by himself for the touchdown.
6th touchdown reception of the year for Combe. The PAT is up. Before that, though, we have a whistle. And we'll take a peek down on the field for this one. Encroachment, so it'll be half the distance to the goal. Now, a lot of times you'll see teams will just decline it. You don't want to mess up your kicker. You're going to spot it right at the 10-yard line for the 20-yard extra point. And it looks like that's exactly what Waukee Northwest is going to do. On to attempt the PAT. On the course of the season, Landon Steffi has been outstanding. He's been perfect, and he continues. 7 apiece, 1:17 to play. Playoff implications on the line. We're tied up. Northwest and Centennial stay right there.
Yeah, Hood just makes the catch and just immediately falls to the turf. Always got to remember, that is a live ball. That is a live ball. It's not a lot of players, especially when they're younger, will treat it like it's a punt and just get away. Peter, poison. Don't want to touch it and have it become live. Well, it's already live. All right, so Ankeny Centennial, we saw them throw it one time on that opening drive as a completion for a first down, similar to what we saw them do week 1 of the season, Trent, where in their entire second half against Ankeny, they threw it just once. So kind of right about the what we said at the top of the game, where they are going to be a running team first.
They got 3 receivers to the left, single to the right, and they're going to look to throw. Wide receiver screen complete up the left side, breaking through and picking up the first down. Pitch and catch found Caleb Reed, the leading receiver on the team. They're going to mark him just short of the first down. Said he stepped out of bounds at the 42.
We see a lot more RPOs in football once we get to the high school level. This wasn't an RPO. This is a straight-up play action. In Centennial, when they're going to throw the ball, they're going to throw it to Caleb Reed. More than twice as many catches as the next guy on their roster. So when Centennial does drop back, doesn't happen very often, but be looking for number 2.
1:10 left in the first quarter. 2nd down and a yard for the Jaguars. Tie ball game here in the first as they will go play action. Taking a shot up the field, incomplete. Burl got his legs kind of turned around there and his body turned around. Kluver misses on the pass for the first time tonight. He's now 2 of 3. It'll be 3rd and a yard.
Yeah, Kluver's going to want this one back because he has Brule. He has him. He has his man beat. Everybody for Northwest bit on the play action. Brule was there. Better throw. This is probably a touchdown because there was no safety help over the top. So we saw Centennial goes with the play action on that 2nd and 1. You do that because we are likely, especially with our offensive line, we're likely to pick up the 3rd and short.
Out of the gun, 3rd and 1. Put Brohl in motion. They'll hand the football off. Big hole up the middle. easily a first down, a pickup of 7 for Braden Jackson.
So for Ankeny Centennial, when in doubt, give it to number 1. Let him run right behind the big boys up front. Let him use his strength and speed, and that's what we saw there, and Centennial picks up the first.
They move the football to the 47-yard line, 1st and 10 with 52 seconds remaining in the opening quarter as the clock is running here. 15 on the play clock, about a 30-second difference between the play clock and the game clock. As they work out of the gun again, twin receivers to the right, they'll put a man in motion. And they'll hand it off the right side on the jet sweep. Oh, great tackle in space. Able to cut that one down for Waukee Northwest. That was Austin Van Horn on a great tackle.
Austin Van Horn. You don't make that tackle. That play is probably going for 6 or 7 yards at least. We see Jeremiah Bassett gets the carry here for Ankeny Centennial. Only 12 carries on the season coming into this one. So we've seen a couple of Bassetts make a play so far in this one.
We'll see if they'll get the snap off. Final couple of seconds here. They will just in time. Ball's fumbled, picked up by Kluver. He just dives forward, but it'll be a loss of a couple on the play, and that's how the first quarter will come to a close. 3rd down when we come back for Ankeny Centennial. Tied through 1. Centennial 7, Northwest 7. This is high school football on 96.9 FM and video streaming on CISN TV. Stay right there. We're back with more in a moment.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Welcome back as we start the second quarter. Tied up at 7. It's a 3rd and long for Ankeny Centennial. Twin receivers out to the right, stacked up. 2 more to the left. Taking a throw and incomplete, well short. Trying to find Braden Jackson, the running back. He was lined up back on that stack side of the formation with a pass well short from Kluver.
So a couple of things to point out. First off, this is the exact situation that Ankeny Centennial does not want to find themselves in. They are not built to pick up a 3rd and 12. Second, Trent, did you see how Northwest was lined up defensively on that play? They had 6 defensive backs, so they were in the dime package. All 6 of them perfectly on the 43-yard line, lined up with that first down marker. They were not going to let them pick up that first.
Isaiah Bassett will come in to punt it away into the wind. A high, short punt. Fair catch called for and secured at the 35-yard line. That is a difficult fair catch there for Jordan Green.
Well, we saw the ball in the air. It looked like it hit a brick wall. That's how strongly this wind is blowing. So I was the punt returner. I would have said, I'm out of here. I'm not catching this. Peter Poison, especially since the ball had backspin, maybe it was going to get a bounce that goes your way. He had 4 guys surrounding him. Yeah, no, I'm good. I would have gotten out of there.
Not the case for Green, and sets up good field position now for Waukee Northwest. Their 3rd possession of the night, went 3 and out in their first one and then marched all the way down the field. An 80-yard touchdown drive in their second as they start from their 35-yard line. Out of the gun, they'll hand the football off to the middle, and not much running room there again. After a couple of good starts to it, Ventura Walsh, she has found some brick walls here, still fights forward for 4.
Yeah, he was stuffed originally, but then you just see Waukee Northwest, the offensive lineman, come in late, and it was everyone was pushing there, help move the pile. The extra 2 yards makes it a 4-yard gain. That's more manageable.
Absolutely necessary on that first down play. Zone read up the middle, big hole, and all the way near the 50-yard line. Back in the game again, Julian Sweeney. He's that running quarterback, and they use him again here on the zone read.
Running quarterback? He had 0 rushing attempts on the year coming into the game.
Well, some of those bottom guys I cut off to make it so it's a two-sheet.
What?
Yeah. He might have had a couple of carries on the year.
He's had 2 carries so far tonight, so more than likely that's how it's going to be.
Nice gain on that one, all the way to midfield and a first down. Now they'll throw the football complete to Sweetie. Now he's playing wide receiver, and he picks up 8.
Doing a little bit of everything. Love the play design here for Northwest. We've seen them do a designed rollout to the right already in this game. This one goes out to the left. Centennial is sitting in a zone defense back there. They have an outside linebacker who's supposed to be taking the flats, the outs and the flats. And just nice throw from Heitland. Floated over him on the outside comeback route.
And now they'll throw it out to the right, complete on the zone play, just trying to find a little bit of room. Going to be just short, though, of the first down. It'll be 3rd and short for the Wolves, and another completion to Jordan Green, his 5th catch of the night.
Wow, he is. This sophomore-to-sophomore connection is something special. Now they're throwing them all right at the line of scrimmage as part for the one where they picked up the first down. I want to see them keep the ball on the ground here again. Bit of a hard count, too.
Look back over at the sideline on this 3rd and 1 from the Centennial 41. Waukee Northwest, another good drive. After their last one ended in a touchdown, we're tied up at 7 apiece with 10:18 to play. Low snap, looking, Heitland, he's going to take a shot, looking towards the end zone. It is incomplete. Another great play by the defensive backfield for Ankeny Centennial, and again, it's Cale Woods.
Great job by Cale Woods. That's the second time we've seen that height come into play. Isaiah Oliver, the Northwest wide receiver, once he comes down, he's looking for the play as we watch the replay here. Gets the head turned around, throws the hand up right at the last minute, throws it up, but puts his hand between the ball and the receiver, so he knows he can't pull it back. Trent, interesting. Here we go. We got some trickery going on.
Yeah, Eastman, the punter, and now they're going to shift the whole line all the way over to the left side. There's just 4 players on the right side of the field. The center, the quarterback, and now we're going to get, it looks like a timeout. Didn't get the look that they wanted there for Waukee Northwest. Timeout on the field. 4th and 1 when we come back in 30 seconds from the 41-yard line. Tied up at 7 apiece. This is high school football on 96.9 FM and video streaming on CISN.TV.
At DeArmond Ford Indianola, new 2024 F-150 XLTs with 3.9% for 60 months, plus up to $8,000 off MSRP. Get $6,000 off or 2.9% for 72 months on new 2024 Expeditions and new 2024 Edge and Escapes, both with 1.9% for 60 months, plus up to $2,075 rebate. No payments for 90 days on all new Fords at DeArmond Ford Indianola.
Back to the Central Iowa Game of the Week on 96.9 The Bull. Let's go out to the field for the play-by-play. Here's Trent Condon.
4th down and a yard for Waukee Northwest. They're at the 41-yard line of Ankeny Centennial, tied up with 10:08 to play in the second quarter. This has been, like we anticipated, a well-played game. Wishbone formation. They'll get rid of the fullback and get the first down. Power football, get out the air horn.
Oh, I love to see it. First, we're bringing out the wishbone formation. I always love to see that. We see it more in high school than we see it at any other level. And it's a formation that I do love seeing it. And they give it to the fullback. You know what? That's the best part.
And Gavin Schaller, who we saw earlier catch a football out of the tight end position, there he was the middle part of that wishbone, and he powers forward for 3 and a first down to the 38-yard line. They'll go right back to the ground again, trying to bounce off a tackle, but there is not much there. The middle of this stout defense from Ankeny Centennial, they're up to the task as Reed Anderson came flying in.
Yeah, Reed Anderson just blows right through the middle of this Waukee Northwest offensive front, making the play. And again, we've talked about Bassett so far in this game. He makes the running back divert his path. He makes him go somewhere else, and it goes right into Anderson's waiting arms.
Loss of a yard on the play, 2nd and 11 from the 39 for the Wolves. 2 receivers to the left, play action. Heitland across the middle, complete for the first down to the 25-yard line. Still fighting forward. Nice pitch and catch, and that time it wasn't Green. They went to Isaiah Oliver.
Yeah, so Oliver, his first catch of the night. He is number 2 on the season, 30 catches this year, 5 touchdowns, averaging about 12 yards a catch this season. Catches it right at the sticks. And then Isaac Brule, the senior player for Centennial, you could see he was a little timid to make the hit because he probably thought, okay, I could get an unnecessary roughness here off of a defenseless receiver, and because he had that maybe in the back of his mind, doesn't give the hit stick when once the receiver made the catch.
From the 23-yard line for the Wolves, H-back goes in motion to the right side. They'll hand the football off again. It is Benta Walsh with the carry. He picks up a couple on the play. It'll be second down and long.
All right, so back to the RPO game for Waukee Northwest. Taking a look at the outside linebacker, the cash backer for the Jaguars. If the linebacker stays back, hand it off to the running back, get the 2 yards easily. Next time, if he crashes down forward, you'll throw the ball. So you take a look at the Waukee Northwest offensive linemen. Look at them. They look a little bit tired. That tends to happen when you run this up-tempo offense, no huddling. We're gonna try and snap the ball as many times as we can.
As we tick inside of 8 minutes left, wide receiver screen to the left to Oliver. No running room there. He is knocked down right away. That time it was Mitchell Greider with the tackle at the line of scrimmage.
Greider reading that, and Greider and the rest of the Jaguars defense reading that the entire way. Heitland initially rolls out towards his right side, trying to get the entire offense and defense to flow towards the right, and that just leaves Oliver and a couple of blockers going to themselves on the left. But when you see it, the left tackle and the left guard leak out away from everybody else, you can if you're a heads-up defensive player, you can pick up on that, and that's what Centennial does.
7:20 to play, clock running, 3rd and 9 for Northwest. Do have the wind at their back, something to contemplate. Heitland feels pressure, now going to try to run for it. Cuts back, it's going to be short of the first down, right in the middle of the field as he brings it forward to the 16-yard line. A pickup of 6. It'll be 4th and 3 for the Wolves, and now decision time on the season. Just one field goal attempt. It was a 24-yarder from Landon Steffi.
Well, after you said that stat, my thinking was they're probably just going to stay in and go for this. But now we do see the field goal team is trotting their way out there.
I'm going to give another opportunity here to Steffi. This one will be from right in the middle of the field, Win at his back. It'll be a 34-yard field goal attempt. Kicks, got plenty of leg, and it is good. Steffi, for the second time this year, knocks it through the uprights. Northwest takes the lead, 10-7 over Ankeny Centennial. Back with more high school football on 96.9 FM and video streaming CISN TV.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
550 or online, IowaURO.com.
Back to high school football on 96.9 The Bull.
Trent Condon, Lucas Strain back with you once again here in Waukee. 10-7 lead now for the Wolves as they ripped off 10 consecutive over their last 2 drives. Here's a kick into the end zone. It will be a touchback, something we haven't seen a ton this year. Just the 5th touchback combined out of the team, and for Steffi, his 3rd of the season.
All right, so for Ankeny Centennial offensively, task number 1 is you cannot fall behind the change. Their offense isn't built to pick up a 3rd and 12 like we saw them get to last drive. That's just not who they are. They are a running team. On their touchdown drive, we saw them throw it one time the entire time. Use your offensive line. Your offensive line is your biggest strength. Let the big boys up front eat. Give the ball to Braden Jackson. Let him make some moves in space.
We've seen Jackson on that opening drive. He was heavy-handed in that one. He carried the football 6 times on the opening drive as they scored a touchdown to jump out to the 7-0 lead. just one touch in their second possession. This is the third as they'll start on the left hash mark. 1st and 10. 2 receivers out to the right for the Jaguars. Got that slot man to the right side of the formation. And they're going to hand the football off to Jackson. Cuts out to the left. Out past the 30 to the 32-yard line. Braden Jackson for a dozen.
It's the inside zone concept that we're talking about, and I like it when they do what I say. It makes me feel really good. You let the big boys up front eat. You give it to the running back, Jackson. Just give him the ball early. Inside zone. Let the guys make as many holes as they can. Let Jackson pick which one he wants to attack. Gets through that first level. The second level players over pursued, so then it was nice and easy open green spot to pick up the 12 yards.
6:09 to play in the second quarter. Centennial with the football, down by 3. Man goes in motion. That's Brohl. They'll hand it off. Jackson bounces it out to the left. Breaks the tackle up the sideline. Knocked out of bounds near midfield. Another first down run for Braden Jackson.
Well, Trent, you said he only got one touch last drive. They give it to him on each of the first 2, and both of them goes for over 10 yards. We see the speed, but then we look at the strength. Look at the stiff arm there on the outside breaking the tackle. That should have been a 4-yard gain. 3-4 yards. Instead, the stiff arm, the strength gets him a first.
As they work at their own 46-yard line, another fresh set of downs. Clock out with 5:58 left in the second quarter. Twin receivers to the right for the Jaguars. Kluver out of the gun, hands it to Jackson again. Big hole up the middle, and he's going to pick up 9, maybe 10 on the play. It'll depend on the spot. They gave him the first down.
So we've seen all of Jackson's strengths on these last 3 runs. This time, we see his patience. We see him get the ball, and he's going to sit back there. He's going to wait. He's not dancing. He's not dancing and trying to find a different hole. No, he's just waiting for it to develop, picks his hole, and attacks. Picks up another 10 yards.
As they move into Waukee Northwest territory to the 44-yard line. It has been all Braden Jackson here this drive. Brohl goes in motion, handed off. Jackson skips to the right, pushes the pile forward, still on his feet, all the way to the 37-yard line to pick up a 7. First run of the drive that he didn't get a first down.
That's exactly what I was going to say. It only goes for 8 yards. That's how strong this Centennial offensive front is. Trent, when we had their game in week 1, they ran it every single time except for once. And the defense knew it. Ankeny knew that they were going to be running the ball every single time. Northwest knows, look, Jackson's gotten the ball 4 straight times. They know likely it's going to him. But their offensive line and Jackson are so good, you just can't stop it.
Showing pressure off the outside as Jackson takes the handoff. Going to be near the first down marker, but just shy.
Look at that. I said you can't stop it. They did.
They did.
Look at that, challenging me. So it's we bring up a 3rd and 1 here. Trent, we've seen we know Chase Kluver is a very physical quarterback. I'm asking you. You always ask me, I'm asking you.
Yeah.
What do you do here? Are you going to give it to Jackson, or do you let your physical quarterback Kluver make the play?
I subscribe to the Hayden Fry School of Football. Dance with the girl that brought you. And it's been Braden Jackson here this drive. Go with your, now they give us a different look here on 30 yard. They're just going to sneak it. And Kluver pushes the pile forward and gets the first down.
You know, they're not dancing with a different girl. They're dancing with the best friend. Not in a bad way, though. Like the best friend. Like
yes.
You're dancing with your boys, dancing with the quarterback. You can always tell when it's a quarterback sneak, too, when the quarterback is leaning forward, when he's under center.
Getting that push.
Because most of the time, when a quarterback is under center, they're either sitting back on their heels or they're sitting in a relatively straight-up position. That time you see him leaning forward. He's so far over the center. Then you pick up on that defensively, you can start to pinch towards the middle knowing it's going to be the quarterback sneak.
Inside 4 minutes left before halftime. 10-7 our score. Northwest with the lead over Centennial. Jaguars, though, on the move. Brohl goes in motion. He'll take the handoff. Stops on a dime, but slips down at the line of scrimmage. He was trying to cut it back. Couldn't find any room.
Yeah, that's one where the footing just goes down. But it's okay. They're not going to lose any yardage. It almost looked like, based off of the way how he went down, it looked like he was almost just giving himself up. But he did just slip. Interesting. Now that's 2 plays in a row where they didn't give it to Braden Jackson. Are we going to see a third? I highly doubt it.
Yeah, maybe get him a little bit of a blow, and now he's ready to go get some of that air back in the lungs as it's 2nd and 10 from the Waukee Northwest 33-yard line. He's lined up on the right hip as they send a man in motion. That is Hyther, their big play receiver. And they'll hand it off to Jackson. This time covered up, short gain. Able to make a little something out of nothing. He's the picks up 3 on the play. 3rd down and 7 for Centennial.
So last time we saw Centennial in a situation like this, in a 3rd and medium, and 3rd and medium is considered anywhere between 4 and 7 yards to go. Last time we saw them in this situation, they went hard onto the play action, and Northwest bit hard, and we saw Kluver make his first pass attempt of the game, and it picked up the first. Now they go empty.
Kane Brooks comes into the game. He's lined up in the right slot as they go with a 5-wide receiver look on 3rd down and 7. Jackson is their change in play. He comes over. He's looking down at Brooks's play sheet that he's got there on his hip and not going to get the play off. It will be, I believe, a timeout by Ankeny Centennial. 3rd down and 7, 2:15 left to go as we continue. 10-7 lead for Northwest over Centennial. Back in 30 seconds with more high school football on 96.9 FM and video streaming on CISN TV.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
For special offer.
Back to the high school football and the Central Iowa Game of the Week on 96.9 The Bull.
Trent Kine and Lucas Strain back with you as we play in the second quarter. 2:15 to play. It's 3rd down and 7 for Ankeny Centennial. Winner of this one puts himself in great position for a playoff bid. The loser, it's going to be dicey going into week 9. Out of the gun, they'll put Jackson in motion, play action, and flip it out to the left, complete. But not much there. Good penetration. A good stop defensively by Waukee Northwest out there. Jack Vineyard.
I think this is good on all sides. It's a well-designed play for the Jaguars because you bring Braden Jackson across in motion, and everyone goes, oh my goodness, it's Jackson. We have to follow him. And then you're going to throw a screen pass back to the other side where everyone just vacated. But nobody vacated the area. It's a really good job from Northwest. Everybody stayed home. Everybody did their job. Now it brings up the 4th and 5, and it's a situation where you probably got to put the ball into the air.
Well, Centennial and the Pezzettis always seem to have great kickers, but this one into that stiff breeze.
Oh, yeah.
There is no chance. That would be a 45-yarder into this win. Not going to happen. And it'll be another timeout for Ankeny Centennial.
3rd.
Final timeout of the first half. 1:34 to play. Wolves 10, Jaguars 7. Back in 30 seconds with more high school football on 96.9 FM.
Deals are hot this month at DeArmond Ford Indianola. New 2024 F-150 XLTs with 3.9% for 60 months, plus up to $8,000 off MSRP. Get $6,000 off or 2.9% for 72 months on new 2024 Expeditions and new 2024 Edge and Escapes, both with 1.9% for 60 months, plus up to $2,075 rebate. No payments for 90 days on all new Fords at DeArmond Ford Indianola.
Free offer. Call Metro Heating and Cooling today.
You're listening to high school football and the Central Iowa Game of the Week on KXNO HD2 Ankeny. 96.9 The Bull. Back to the action with Trent Condon.
Alongside Lucas Strain, it is 4th and 5 as we come back for Ankeny Centennial. Jaguars down by 3, 94 seconds to play in the first half. Man in motion, that's Brull. Looking to the left side on the throw. It is incomplete. Knocked away. Good coverage out there by the Wolves, going stride for stride. I believe that was Blake Ludwig with the deflection it was.
Blake Ludwig, take a bow, sir. You're getting your team off the field. They left you on an island. Man-to-man coverage on the back side. And it's a good route. It's a good ball. They get it right past the sticks. It's exactly what Centennial was looking for. But Ludwig, you did your job better than they did theirs. Well done on the play.
Minute 30 left, and now we'll see what Waukee Northwest does. They've scored in their last 2 drives, a touchdown followed up by a field goal with a win at their back. They'll hand the football off, physical run, and a pickup of 3 on first down. Oh, there is one thing that you see from Dakoa Bentel Walsh. He gets his money's worth. He runs hard.
Bento Walsh, didn't have many carries coming into this game, but he is taking full advantage of the opportunity tonight. He is putting his head down. He's running full speed every single time, and you see the results of that. You pick up 5 yards, but now it's interesting. Waukee Northwest letting this clock run. Just the one timeout. They look like they're okay, taking the 3-point lead into halftime.
Interesting here. No timeouts on the other side for Centennial, as they will go right back to the ground to the left side in a short gain there to the 36-yard line. Another pickup of 3. It'll be 3rd and short, and they do not have to snap the ball again if they don't want.
I thought they would have gotten up after that running play. If they picked up the first, I think they would have really started to go.
Yep.
But I thought even if they were short, I thought, okay, get up on the ball, try and run it one more time, because then the clock will stop and you'll get the first down, or it's 4th and you didn't have to snap it. But it doesn't look like they're trying to get a play in any way, shape, or form, so they are going to take this to the half.
10-7 lead for Waukee Northwest over Ankeny Centennial as the final seconds tick off the clock. And it is officially on the board. 10-7 our score. Waukee Northwest. Boy, this one kind of flipped. You saw the 3-and-out from Northwest to begin the football game. Centennial drives right down the field at 7-0, and you felt like, boy, the Wolves are going to be in trouble. Great response out of Northwest.
To start the game, you saw exactly why Ankeny Centennial is 5-2. You saw them get the 3-and-out, and you see them just drive right down Waukee's throats. Northwest throats, I guess I should say. I can't say Waukee. Don't know which one we're talking about anymore. They ran it right down their throats, and it looked like, okay, this game could get out of hand very quickly. And then Waukee Northwest, they get the ball back. They drive right down the field themselves. Then you get the stop, go down again, kick their second kick of the year. So second to last game of the year, we're breaking out stuff that we hardly see. They're mixing things up offensively. It's a good combination of the run and the pass. It's not heavy in either direction, and they're getting multiple guys involved. It's textbook coach speak, but textbook coach speak is oftentimes true. It's exactly what you want. It's complimentary football.
10-7 our halftime score. Waukee Northwest with the lead over Ankeny Centennial. It's the Central Iowa Game of the Week on 96.9 FM and the video stream on CISN TV. Thanks for joining us here. I'm Trent Connon. He's Lucas Strain. We'll take a timeout and come back with scores from around the area. Get you updated on the first half scoring. Not a whole lot of it. A lot going on, and we'll let Lucas watch a little baseball with his Yankees in action against the Guardians here in Game 4 of the ALCS. 10-7 the halftime score as we continue. It's the Urology Center of Iowa halftime show presented by Iowa Corn when we come back on 96.9 FM and CISN TV.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
DeArmond CDJR Knoxville with these outstanding offers. New Grand Cherokee 4xe Trailhawk with up to $13,000 off. New Dodge Hornet RT also up to $13,000 off. New Jeep Gladiator Sports receive 14% off MSRP. And new 2024 Ram 1500 Bighorns with over $10,000 off. And we want your trade. Receive $300 to $500 more or we will buy it from you. Incredible savings at DeArmond Automotive Knoxville.
Metro Heating and Cooling is celebrating 40 years of keeping Des Moines comfortable. To celebrate, this October we're offering $40 off one of our seasonal maintenance plans or $40 off any repair. Get your home ready for the colder months with expert care and big savings. Whether it's a quick tune-up or a much-needed fix, we've got you covered. So call Metro Heating and Cooling today to celebrate 40 years with $40 off this October. Trust the team that's been keeping you warm since 1984.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and if you've been thinking about upgrading that old wood or gas fireplace in your home or adding a new one someplace that you've always wanted, we have Central Iowa's best selection of wood, gas, and electric fireplaces. So if you've always wanted to add some warmth and beauty along with value to your home, come see us at Fireplace Superstore today. 10820 Douglas in Urbandale.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
The Central Iowa Game of the Week halftime show on 96.9 The Bull is brought to you by the Urology Center of Iowa. Here's Trent Condon.
Alongside Lucas Strain, welcome back up here high atop the den, Waukee Northwest. 10 straight to end the first half, and they lead at 10-7 over Ankeny Centennial. We talked at the top, Lucas, the importance of this football game for both teams. Centennial came in at number 12 in the RPI rankings, tied for 17th for Waukee Northwest. Now still a week in front of both of these teams, obviously, coming up in week 9 of the regular season. A win doesn't lock in a spot. And Ankeny Centennial not only just thinking about getting the playoffs, they're thinking about potentially hosting a first-round game. So a lot of importance on both sides.
Yeah, for Ankeny Centennial, they win the next two. You don't want to say certainly lock it up, but you feel pretty good about getting to host that first-round game and getting one of those top 8 seeds once it comes playoff time. But again, on the other side, with a loss, because of where they're at right now, it might put them on the outside looking in. So I was looking at Ankeny Centennial's schedule before this game started, trying I was doing my homework. And they're 5-2 on the year. Their 5 wins, their smallest margin of victory was 17 points in week 3.
Against Cedar Falls.
Yes. All their wins, they dominate. Their 2 losses, the lone one-score games that they have played in. And you were here for one of them, the triple overtime thriller against Dowling Catholic.
Yeah, that was up at Valley Stadium, and it was an epic one. It came down to the wire, 21-3 lead for Centennial. You knew Dowling Catholic wasn't going to quit. Tom Wilson never allows his teams to do that. They came back. It was a back-and-forth affair. Had an opportunity in the end zone to win that football game. There was some confusion, I know, for some people. There was a pass interference in the end zone, but it was 3rd and goal. That is not an automatic first down at the high school level. It just half the distance of the goal, made it 3rd and goal from the 6, and eventually didn't get in there. Both those teams, both Dowling, Ankeny Centennial, they feel like they're going to be teams that are dome teams. And Waukee Northwest, I mean, you look at their resume too, the Wolves. You see 2 teams that they have absolutely dominated in Ottumwa and Waterloo West. Both those teams are solidly in, potentially hosting in the first round.
Well, Ottumwa was undefeated going into their game last week. You look at Waukee Northwest schedule is not easy in any way, shape, or form. Their 4 losses, Johnston, Waukee, Dowling, and Valley.
Yeah.
Like, that is a heck of a schedule. You can't blame them for having the record that they do. And then, of course, they play Ankeny Centennial this week, so it's not like it got any easier. You didn't get the monsters out of the way. So their losses aren't that bad, but still, a loss is a loss, and that's why they're in the spot that they are. So this isn't considered a playoff game yet for Waukee Northwest, because we have seen teams make it in with a 4-5 record. We saw Valley do that and then make it all the way to the dome. So it's not impossible, but it does certainly feel like this is a must-win game for Northwest.
Take a look at the first half scoring here. The Urology Center of Iowa halftime show presented by Iowa Corn. It was the opening drive from Ankeny Centennial, their only points of the night. They marched, down the field, and a 2-yard touchdown run by Braden Jackson after he carried the football 6 times in that opening possession and punched it in from 2 yards away. Made it 7-0 Ankeny Centennial on the Benduzu PAT. But Waukee Northwest got the football, and they marched right back down the field. They got the response, and it ended on an 11-yard touchdown pass, able to find Elliott Combe for his 6th touchdown of the year. Matt Heitland delivered, and it was tied up at 7 apiece. The scoring wasn't done, though, for Waukee Northwest as they add a 34-yard field goal. Landon Steffi, just his 2nd field goal of the year. This one along of 34 yards with the wind at his back from the middle of the field. And that's where we are right now. 10-7 lead for Waukee Northwest over Ankeny Centennial.
Yeah, we've seen it's been a slow, methodical game for both of these teams. At the beginning of the game, we talked about how Centennial, they're going to be running first. And we saw that in their first drive. We saw it in their last drive.
Yes.
They're going to try and run the ball. Key to the game at the top for Northwest was don't run away from the running game. When you and I saw them earlier this year against Dowling, once they fell behind, it felt like they completely abandoned the run. All they did was throw. And then they found themselves in that situation in this game, down 7-0 after the first drives of the game. What did they do? They didn't abandon the run. If anything, they've gone run heavy in this first half. So both teams running the ball, it leads to the clock going a lot quicker. So it leads to a very quick and low-scoring first half.
10-7 at the half. Waukee Northwest leading Ankeny Centennial. We continue here in the Urology Center of Iowa halftime show. Trent Condon, Lucas Strain, glad to have you aboard with us. We come back. This is high school football on 96.9 FM and video streaming on CISN TV.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
October savings at DeArmond Chevy GMC Knoxville. New Silverado 1500 Custom 4x4s with up to $8,000 off. New HDs with 5.9% for 84 months. 5 all-new 2025 Chevy Equinox in stock. Receive up to $8,000 off Sierra 1500 SLTs and $3,000 off new GMC Terrain. And we want your trade. Receive $300 to $500 more or we'll buy it from you. All at DeArmond Chevy GMC in Knoxville, Iowa.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Better serve you in Grimes and Huxley. Make it Kemker's True Value and Rental. Find out what they can do for you at KemkersTrueValue.com. That's KemkersTrueValue.com.
The Central Iowa Game of the Week halftime show on 96.9 The Bull is brought to you by the Urology Center of Iowa. Here's Trent Condon.
Back with you at the half. Welcome back as the marching band for Waukee Northwest is out on the field and keeping everybody warm out there. It's a breezy night, a warm night, unseasonably warm for this time of year, but the breeze blowing in and making it difficult on the girls with the flags down there.
Yeah, it is. It blows a little extra, so the flags twirling a little bit more. You're not going to see any. We're not going to see any of those girls that are tossing the sticks up into the air, the batons. It's a lot harder to do that in winds this hard. Is this the same? So this is our second time we've been to Waukee Northwest this year, Trent?
It is.
I think we're seeing the same halftime show.
We are, yes.
I recognize
Willy Wonka.
the children's letters from out there.
Yes.
That's right. You recognize the song. Look at you.
Well, I just watched it with the kids not too long ago, so that definitely helped things out as well. Let's take a look here at some first half numbers in the Urology Center of Iowa halftime show presented by Iowa Corn. These are unofficial numbers. Do not take these with you to the newspaper.
I'm going to.
Okay. Here we go. Starting for Ankeny Centennial, the visitors on the scoreboard. Chase Kluber goes 3 of 5 passing in the first half, 16 yards through the air. It was a lot of Braden Jackson. He finishes the first half with 11 carries for 94 yards and a touchdown for the Jags. On the other side for Waukee Northwest, they were led through the air. How about Mac Heitland put together a monster first half. He goes 10 of 12 passing for 76 yards and a touchdown in the first half. Tekoa Benta Walsh, he had 11 carries for 25 yards in the first half. We also saw coming in a couple of different ways, Julian Sweeney, once as he sneaked it, and the other time on a jet sweep. He finishes with 2 carries for 15 yards in the first half. In the air, it was Jordan Green. 5 receptions for 29 yards for Green. Isaiah Oliver with 2 catches for 16 yards. Elliott Combe, 1 catch, 11 yards, but a big one. It was the touchdown in the first half for Waukee Northwest. Sweeney also with the reception for 8 yards, and Schaller, the tight end, had a 13-yarder lined up at fullback. He also carried it for a 3-yard first down.
That was a fun play to watch. That was when they were in the wishbone formation, and just give it to the fullback instead. Fullback / tight end. This is high school rosters, everybody.
That's right.
Even in Waukee Northwest, we don't have enough guys to have a fullback and a tight end.
Got to find your best guys out there and get them the ball, and that's certainly been the case here in the first half. Once again, 10-7, our halftime score. Some scores from around the area. Dowling Catholic and Southeast spoke at the half. 21-13, Dowling with the lead in that one. Waukee Purple a 35-0 lead over Des Moines Roosevelt. Saw earlier tonight West Des Moines Valley and Ankeny High. They were deadlocked at 7 apiece at the last update, and that's where they are at the half. Some scores for you from around Central Iowa near the Urology Center of Iowa halftime show. Another one, Ames and Sioux City East. They are tied up 21-21 as they play in the second quarter. Ames will be the opponent next week for these Wolves. Johnston leading Urbandale in the border battle, 21-7. That's a rivalry game, as you know, Lucas.
Oh, I do know. I remember those games. We're playing them later in the season than we did when I was playing.
That was normally an early one.
It's normally week 1 or week 3.
And this one, week 8 of the season, coming down to the end. One more week to go in the regular season. So we talked a lot tonight, Lucas, about the RPI, and the system that is in place for determining who makes the playoffs. There's detractors. I think it is a step forward from the old system that we had with the district, and you finish in the top 2. Some of the classes, that was an automatic bid. I like that there is a mathematical element. The one issue that I do have with the RPI is all it measures is your strength of schedule. That's what it is. It is a measure of schedule strength instead of a measure of what you're doing on the football field, margin of victory, those kind of things. What are your thoughts on the RPI?
Well, it's certainly better than what was going on when I was around. When I was my junior year, how it worked, how the playoff format went, was it split it up into the 2 sides of the state. Or maybe that's not exactly how it went down.
That's basically what it was.
But it went 4 divisions, and the winner of each division got a top 4 seed, right? And then the next was just the next 4 teams, the 4 wild card spots. So it ranked the teams 1 through 4, the 4 division winners. And so my junior year, we won the division at 6-3. We played the 5 seed, the best of the wild card spots. Just so happened that year, Valley and Dowling were in the same division. And Valley beat Dowling in the regular season. So Valley won the division, and Dowling Catholic at 8-1 was the 5 seed. So we hosted Dowling in first round and lost by 40 points.
It's going to happen.
Yeah, so thoughts on the RPI? It's certainly better than that.
Yes.
Voicing my frustrations after what it was. But you're right. It does just talk about strength of schedule. I brought up that Ankeny Centennial stat earlier in the game, how their smallest margin of victory this season is by 17 points against Cedar Falls on the road in week 3. So when they're winning their games, they are dominating. But that's not brought into account. Their 2 losses were both by 1 scores. One of them coming in triple overtime, but that just counts as the same loss. You played Dowling on your schedule. That's where the loss came to play.
At the top right now of the Class 5A RPI, it is Bettendorf is the number 1 team, the lone undefeated team left in Class 5A. Iowa City Liberty, after their win a week ago against Ankeny, they've elevated to number 2. Pleasant Valley at number 3, followed up by Valley at 4. Dowling Catholic at 5. Also on the local front, Johnston comes in at number 8. Southeast Polk at number 11, followed by these Ankeny Centennial Jaguars. They come in at number 12. And on the outside looking in, is Waukee and Waukee Northwest, both tied for 17th. Ankeny just in as they come in at number 15. I think a lot of people, though, are having issues, and not even with the Bettendorfs and the Liberties of the world, and even Pleasant Valley. Those are all fine teams. And some of the others, Ottumwa, who was run off the field by Waukee Northwest Ottumwa, they're 13th. They're in the playoffs right now. Waterloo West, who comes in at 5-2, and they played a difficult schedule, but when they played the best teams, their 2 losses, they've been drilled in them. So I think that's where people are getting some pushback here on the RPI system.
That's where the complaints are going to come in. You brought up Bettendorf and Liberty, and you're not going to say anything bad about Bettendorf. They're the last undefeated team, and they have beaten teams from Central Iowa so far this season, beat Urbandale. You're not going to talk about Liberty. Liberty just beat Ankeny. So Liberty is a good school as well. It's these schools like Ottumwa, where you're right. They started this year 6-0. They started undefeated. But who did they play against? That's where the problem comes into play. So you can understand everybody's frustrations.
Well, we got 2 more weeks here, or a week and a half, I guess you should say, as we're here at the half to sort it all out, and we will paint the picture for the playoffs coming up here in a couple of weeks. Week 9 should be an entertaining one, and a lot of scoreboard watching will be happening across the state of Iowa. We'll take our final time out here at the Urology Center of Iowa halftime show, presented by Iowa Corn. 10-7 our halftime score. Waukee Northwest with the lead over Ankeny Centennial. Back in a moment with one final time and get ready for the second half kickoff. 96.9 FM and video streaming CISN TV.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Metro Heating and Cooling is celebrating 40 years of keeping Des Moines comfortable. To celebrate, this October we're offering $40 off one of our seasonal maintenance plans or $40 off any repair. Get your home ready for the colder months with expert care and big savings. Whether it's a quick tune-up or a much-needed fix, we've got you covered. So call Metro Heating and Cooling today to celebrate 40 years with $40 off this October. Trust the team that's been keeping you warm since 1984.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and if you have an old inefficient wood fireplace, we need to talk. Heat and Glow has some great retrofit inserts to convert that old drafty wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace. A Heat and Glow gas insert will give you high efficiency, it will give you ease of operations, and it will give you enough warmth to take the edge off a cold winter's night. For the best in gas inserts, come see us at Fireplace Superstore today.
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
Care, we can diagnose and treat the post-concussion visual symptoms that typically exist.
That's Dr. Heidi Bell with Elite Eye Care, with locations in Waukee, 2 in Ankeny, and the newest location in Norwalk for Elite Eye Care.
The Central Iowa Game of the Week halftime show on 96.9 The Bull is brought to you by the Urology Center of Iowa. Here's Trent Condon.
Back with you here at the half as we put the final touches on the Urology Center of Iowa halftime show. 10-7 our halftime score. Waukee Northwest with the lead over Ankeny Centennial. Teams taking their final instruction, getting those legs stretched out one more time on a unseasonably warm but breezy night. And the wind has been a factor as we saw the difference in the game right now. The 34-yard field goal from Waukee Northwest as we saw Landon Steffi knock it through. Just their second field goal attempt all year. And I think without that wind at his back, there's no way that Coach Kopatich would have probably attempted that field goal.
No, I think you're right. We were surprised that they were kicking the field goal in the first place. And no, it's not just kicking through the uprights. We saw a punt that looked like it hit a wall and just stopped in the air. And then remember, we saw a kickoff going from left to right from our view. They tried a pooch kick instead of trying to kick it back into the end zone. And even that thing, it stopped at about the 35-yard line. So this wind is changing things in all assets of the game. Facets? Assets? Facets.
Facets. You got it the second time. That's all right.
They sounded the same. They sound too similar.
They do. Well, that'll do it for the halftime show. We're ready for the second half of action. A big, important game. Number 17, Waukee Northwest, 12th seeded right now in the RPI standings. Ankeny Centennial, as the kicking unit comes out onto the field for Northwest. They will play. Northwest will the third quarter with the wind at their back. So Centennial will get the win in the fourth quarter. That will prove to be important. Steffi had just his third touchback of the year earlier tonight, again with the kick with the wind at his back. Now, do you try something different here? Try to do one of those high kickoffs or just pump it in there? I think it's different, too, starting at the 20 as opposed to the 25 in college.
Yeah, you kick it all the way. You kick this into the end zone. You don't want to risk the return because you get it high. It's not, the timing is different. Your high school kids, so you have to practice your special teams. It's not where college or the pros, where you have athletes on the field and you can kick it differently and they're still going to be able to make a play. Now, you still kick this one into the end zone.
Steffi's got it on the tee, and we are underway. End-over-end kick. Going to be short of the goal line, though, from the 4-yard line. Chance to return for Brawl. Up the left side, up the left hash, and he is brought down near the 30-yard line. Nice return. Good special teams tackle by Waukee Northwest. Brought down by Ben Gallagher, the sophomore. From the 29-yard line, here comes the Jaguars.
Okay, so the Jaguars have one touchdown drive in this game. What,
Jaguars.
Sir? What did I say?
You said wires.
What is the difference?
That's not how it's pronounced.
Jaguars. Jaguars?
Jaguars.
Everyone knows what I'm saying here, Trent.
I'm just helping out my young broadcast partner.
Is this just hate on Lucas? Fine. The Jaguars.
You got it.
They got to run the ball. Get back to running the ball. That's how you had success in the first half.
Well, I'm hearing from Centennial people. That's why I'm trying to help
you.
You're
kidding me.
Little run up the middle and a short gain on first down. They go right back to the way they started the football game, and that is running it with Braden Jackson. He picks up 3. It's 2nd and 7.
All right, well, the Jaguars, they do exactly what we wanted them to do. Give the ball to Braden Jackson. Follow your big offensive line. Wait, I'm still stuck up on this. You got people texting you about how I say a word?
It's Jaguars. You want to pronounce their team correctly. 2nd down and 7. My son was at the zoo today. He can also tell you it's Jaguars. Out of the play action pass out to the left. Complete, stumbles forward and steps out of bounds near the 38-yard line. Pick up of 4 on the play. Going to be short, though, of the first down.
When you run the ball as much as Centennial does, you're going to see Northwest defensively crash, and that's what we see here. So Centennial goes with the play action. Get a nice, just quick pass, get it out of your quarterback, Kluver's hands, get it to the playmakers out wide. Pick up, pick up those 4 or 5 yards. Now it brings up the 3rd and short where you can give it back to Jackson.
Jackson's lined up in that right slot position, the slot back, as they go out of the wing. Jackson goes in motion. He'll take it on the handoff up the left side. Breaks the tackle, first down. Up the sideline into Northwest territory. And a big gainer there for Braden Jackson.
It's the same play that we saw Centennial run on their touchdown play earlier in the game. They go into that slot running back formation. As we look at the replay here on CISN, breaking a tackle right around the sticks and then using his speed to get to the corner. Really nice game for Centennial.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the Northwest 47-yard line into Wolf territory with 11:07 to play in the third quarter. Northwest 10, Centennial 7. Twin receivers out to the right side, out of the gun, high snap, handed off to Jackson. He's got a nice hole up the middle. Falls forward to the 39-yard line, a pickup of 8 on first down.
Most of the time what we see Jackson do is wait. He's going to be patient right at that line of scrimmage. This time, gets the ball, puts his head down, and goes 8-yard carry. So Centennial picking up the pace here. Normally they huddle and take a lot of time. Not this time.
Going tempo here to begin the third. They go to Jackson. He fights near the stick and falls forward for a first down. Picks up 3. Braden Jackson now well into 100-yard territory after that carry there.
Surprise, surprise. I feel like that if you wanted to make a guess as to what's 100% going to happen, Jackson's going to get into triple digits. 800 yards rushing on the season through just 7 games.
Twin receivers to the right as they work out of the shotgun. No backs in the backfield, though. With Kluver, they're going to set up the quarterback power to the left side. He's got a lot of room. Cuts it out 25, 20, 15 before he's escorted out of bounds at the 12. A pickup of 22 for Kluver.
Before the game started, we talked about how Kluver is a dual threat quarterback, and he's going to want to run. We hadn't seen that really so far in this game. Saw a QB sneak from the man, but this time it's a designed run. Get everybody spaced out wide. Throw the shoulder back, make it look like it's going to be a pass, maybe have the sideline screaming pass for you, try and throw the defense off, and then just run to the outside, showcasing the speed as well.
Into the Metro Heating and Cooling red zone, and they will hand it off on first down. Short gain for Braden Jackson. Got to give credit also on that counter play. A couple of the offensive linemen getting out there and moving. Max Dickinson and Lucas Jurovich. Both those guys got out there in space and laid some blocks.
Dickinson and Jurovich. Love throwing some love to the guys who get out wide blocking. The love always goes to the ones carrying the ball, whether it be Kluver or Jackson. We've said his name plenty of times tonight, but you got to share the love with the guys who are making it all work.
Came pulling around and opened up that big hole. 2nd down and 8 with 9:35 to play in the second quarter of action here. They will hand the football off. Big hole again, still on his feet towards the goal line. Going to be just short on the 11-yard run by Braden Jackson. This offensive line opening some holes.
Yeah, this offensive line is just getting so much push up front. So they're going to have the ball at about the 1-yard line, Trent. What we saw Centennial do earlier in the game in the first half, when they got in a 1 yard to go situation, they just ran the QB sneak. But earlier in their first touchdown drive, they gave it to Jackson.
And he's lined up in the right slot. They're going to sneak it this time with Kluver. He is going to be no signal yet, still waiting, and they're going to mark him down short on the quarterback sneak. It'll be 2nd down and goal from inside the 1.
It's a nice memory from the Wolves defensively, recognizing the same thing I pointed out, where last time they were in that 1 yard to go situation, they ran the QB sneak, so we saw Northwest pinch things up front defensively, and, it's kind of what you expect in a 1 yard to go spot.
They huddle up this time, and they're going to go with the same look, 2 slot backs, and then the fullback behind. They're going to sneak it again. Good push by the defense, but not enough. It's a touchdown. Touchdown. Ankeny Centennial on the sneak from a yard away. Kluver finds pay dirt. Ankeny Centennial regains the lead, 13-10 with the PAT pending.
At first, I didn't think he was going to get there. Now the refs are checking him out. I thought he was short when I first saw it. I thought Northwest made their way around as we watched the replay. And maybe a second effort, the ball crossing. We can't really tell from up here, but nevertheless, Centennial scores the touchdown.
Low snap, Benduzo able to get a foot on it, and it is good. 14-10. Jaguars with the lead over the Wolves in our Central Iowa Game of the Week. Stay right there as we continue on 96.9 FM and CISN TV.
Save big at DeArmond CDJR Ames. Receive 2.9% for 84 months on the new Dodge Hornet RT, Grand Cherokee 4xE, and Jeep Wrangler 4xE. New Ram 1500 4x4s at one low price of $35,990. New Ram HD Crew Cab 4x4 starting at $47,990. That's over $13,000 off. Plus up to $10,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Grand Cherokees at the all-new DeArmond CDJR Ames. DeArmondAmes.com.
Metro Heating and Cooling is celebrating 40 years of keeping Des Moines comfortable. To celebrate, this October we're offering $40 off one of our seasonal maintenance plans or $40 off any repair. Get your home ready for the colder months with expert care and big savings. Whether it's a quick tune-up or a much-needed fix, we've got you covered. So call Metro Heating and Cooling today to celebrate 40 years with $40 off this October. Trust the team that's been keeping you warm since 1984.
To an Ankeny and the newest location in Norwalk for elite eye care.
Back to high school football on 96.9 The Bull.
Trent and Lucas Strain back with you here in Waukee. Centennial regains the lead over Northwest 14-10, 8:31 to play in the third quarter. And an important game on both sides. Into the wind, a kickoff, and it's going to be grabbed at the 18-yard line. Big hole, Oliver spins through a tackle, still on his feet, out to the 40-yard line. took that on the run and a great return to the 40.
That was something that we were wondering about, Trent, was kickoffs going into the wind in this direction, and Oliver is able to catch this on the run perfectly in stride. Blocking just lines up as well, breaks a couple of tackles, and then the rest of the boys are there to push the pile. All right, Waukee Northwest, I'd like to see you continue mixing it up on offense. It was a really good combination of running and passing in the first half through the first couple of minutes of the game. So try and continue to do that to start the second half.
From their own 40-yard line, 1st and 10, first touch of the ball for Waukee Northwest offensively here in the second half. And they will hand the football off to the right side, running through his offensive lineman and falling forward for a pickup of 4. Back to the ground again, Dakoa Benta-Walsh, as he had 11 carries for 25 yards in the first half, and he gets 4 here on his first of the second.
Yeah, so a little bit more breathing room than what he saw for most of the first half, averaging just a little over 2 yards a carry through the first couple of plays. But we see the effort there with him. He's running as hard as he can every time.
Here is a shovel pass, complete, first down, all the way into Centennial territory to the 46-yard line. Pretty design play there to pick up a 10.
So we can see that Schaller is really a part of the Northwest offensive scheme, because we saw early in the first half in their second drive, they got him the ball on play number 1. This time play number 2, so we already saw him try and carry the ball once earlier in the game, so he is a part of their offense. They're trying to get a little bit more involved.
I'll put a man in motion. That is Sweeney as they roll it out to the right. Sweeney cutting back to the middle of the field. Ball came out, but covered up by Waukee Northwest. Johnny on the spot there for the Wolves. That is the offensive lineman, Colby Nelson.
A couple of things to point out in this play. First off, great heads-up defense from Centennial. They're not going with the flow of things, recognizing the trick play immediately. Sweeney does have 2 pass attempts on the year, so we have seen a couple of trick plays. And then, of course, just good job from Northwest to jump on the loose ball.
Second down and 4. They'll throw it to the left. High throw. Schaller had it for a moment. Ball comes out incomplete. Great coverage over there by Ankeny Centennial, and that was Adis Hambasic.
Can't blame Schaller for that drop in any way. He was hit hard, and he was hit hard as soon as he had the ball in his hands. Bobbled it. Just great job from Centennial. An unrecommended throw, I'd say, from Heitland, throwing your quarterback, you're throwing your receiver into a situation like that, but that's something a lot of pros can't even predict.
3rd and 4 from the 40-yard line for Waukee Northwest, trailing by 4 with 6:55 to play in the third. Play action. Hitch and go. Look it up top. There's the safety. There's the intercepted. Playing center field was Del Wesak. He gets the pick. Centennial takes over.
Wesak doesn't fall for the pump fake, doesn't fall for the hitch and go, does his job playing safety. He's there to make sure nothing gets over his head. Everything that goes back in that direction is his, and he does his job perfectly as we watch the replay. Here's the pump fake. His eyes never left the receiver. His eyes never left. So it made the job for Wesak very easy. Follow the quarterback's eyes. Don't fall for the pump fake. Just where's he looking? That's where the ball is going to go.
And Cale Woods was right behind it, too. He was not real beat, knowing he had safety help over top. Well-defended play at Ankeny Centennial in business, leading by 4, 14-10, with 6:50 left to go in the third quarter. And here comes, I anticipate, a whole lot of Braden Jackson.
I think you're probably right.
And they will hand it off to Jackson up the middle. Big hole. Bounces it out to the right. Off to the races. 40, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Jaguars. 80-yard touchdown run by Braden Jackson.
So it starts with the offensive line up front, giving him the hole. Trent, you said we're going to see a whole lot of Jackson on this drive. We saw him once, but we saw 80 yards of Braden Jackson. Give him the ball. Look at the hole up front. There, it's huge. That's huge. He gets the nice little stiff arm there on number 44, and then it's just all speed. All speed down the sideline. They had no chance of catching him.
20-10 with the PAT pending. Ryan Beduzu comes in for the PAT attempt. It was a low snap last time. This one perfect, and it is up and good. 21-10. Ankeny Centennial gaining control here in the second half with 6:38 to play in the third quarter. This is high school football on 96.9 FM and CISN TV.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and if you've been thinking about upgrading that old wood or gas fireplace in your home or adding a new one someplace that you've always wanted, we have Central Iowa's best selection of wood, gas, and electric fireplaces. So if you've always wanted to add some warmth and beauty along with value to your home, come see us at Fireplace Superstore today.
10820 Douglas in Urbandale.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
Back to high school football on 96.9 The Bull.
Trent Gott and Lucas Strain back with you. 6:38 to play. Ankeny Centennial trailing 10-7 at the half. They have responded. Two straight scoring drives, and they lead at 21-10 over Waukee Northwest. Another short kickoff into the win. On a bounce, on a hop. Here comes Sweeney out past the 25-yard line to the 26. 24-yard return for Julian Sweeney. And now Waukee Northwest needs to come up with a response.
Okay, so I'm going to change something that I said at the beginning of the game. Beginning of the game, I said, okay, Waukee Northwest, your key is don't give up on the run. I think we've seen them go a little bit too run heavy. It hasn't been there. They haven't had the success with the running game. We see what Heitland's done all season throwing the ball. I think it's probably time to open up the playbook a little bit and start to throw the ball down the field.
Well, and with 6:33 left in the third, this is the last quarter they'll have that substantial wind at their back. Heitland followed it for a moment. Now he's going to run out to the left. A lot of space out there as he steps out of bounds at the 34-yard line. Looked like a disaster. Instead, he gets 7.
Heads up play from the sophomore. A lot of times after a drop snap, you'll see a guy panic and try and force the ball somewhere they shouldn't go, or maybe even just go down for the sack. But heads up play. Heitland picks it up, makes it a 7-yard gain. That's a good heads up play from the sophomore.
Also stepped out of bounds and keeps the clock in their favor. Wide receiver screen out to the right. It's complete for a first down to the 41-yard line. A pickup of 6 on the play. Good looking throw there from Heitland as he's able to find Green.
So they weren't running the ball with success, but this is where we see what running the ball does. It makes Centennial, the linebackers specifically, they have to stay home. They have to stay in the middle of the field. So what that allows is for Northwest to get the ball out wide, get it to your receivers, run these wide receiver screens because the linebackers can't get out there as quickly as before.
Halfway through the third quarter, each back goes in motion. They'll hand it off, and there's a nice hole. Out to the 45-yard line, a pickup of 5 on the play. I think that's using the pass to set up the run.
Yeah, so it goes both ways. So now they're starting to spread everything out. They had 3 receivers out wide and a tight end in there as well. And we saw Centennial defensively, their defensive backs were out wide, so leads to a running game. Well said, Trent.
Benta Walsh with the carry, a pickup of 5. Out of the gun, Heitland throws it out and complete, but not much room. Maybe got a yard, and Schaller again took a huge hit.
This is a really, really good read from Noah Carter, the senior linebacker, because it's a well-designed play for the Wolves. They're going to try and get their tight end out in the flat, try and get it with nobody else out there in Schaller, but really good read from the senior backer for Centennial. Just makes the tackle right away, brings up a 3rd and 4. Again, the way that Centennial has looked offensively in this second half, you're not in a position where you feel comfortable punting the ball away.
Late substitution back onto the field is Benta Walsh, the running back. Twin receivers out to the right, single receiver to the left. For Mac Heitland, the sophomore, we got a whistle and we have a timeout. Ooh, hate to give that one away in a close game. We'll be back in 30 seconds. 4:44 left in the third quarter. Centennial leading 21-10. Third down for the Wolves when we come back on 96.9 FM and CISN TV.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
And West Des Moines.
You're listening to high school football and the Central Iowa Game of the Week on KXNO HD2 Ankeny, 96.9 The Bull. Back to the action with Trent Condon.
Welcome back to Waukee Northwest High School. Wolves in a tussle with Ankeny Centennial. It's been all Jaguars, though, in the second half as they now lead at 21-10 over Northwest. Waukee Northwest facing 3rd and 4 from their own 46-yard line. Need to get to midfield. High snap again to Sweeney. Threw the timing off there. He is hit at the line. Maybe got a yard out of the play before he is pushed back. High snap. Heard that one from the start, Lucas.
And it's not the first time we've seen an inaccurate snap so far tonight for Northwest. And so the Wolves, they went with the running quarterback in Sweeney. We've seen him get a couple of carries tonight. Yeah, that's supposed to be a zone read to the outside. And I think the read is they were going to hand the ball off. And with Walsh's speed, was probably going to be able to get to the corner and pick up the first.
Grider gets the tackle for Ankeny Centennial. 4th and 3 as the punt team comes onto the field for the Wolves. We saw some chicanery early, leading to a punt. It's a rugby-style punt. That's going to hit at the 25-yard line, take one hop, grabbed out of bounds at the 18, out to the 30-yard line, and that's where he is finally stopped.
So it took a little bit, Trent, but they did throw the flag on this one. I believe it was Bassett who came around the corner for Centennial, comes around and gives the punter a shove right when he kicked it. So this should be a first down.
It was 4th down and 3 on that rugby-style punt, so even a running into the punter penalty would be a 5-yarder and enough for a first down. As we await the official call from the officiating crew down on the field.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense. The 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
So there it is. It's the 15-yard variety. Regardless, it was going to be enough for the first down, but now that moves it deep into Ankeny Centennial territory as they'll move it all the way to the 38-yard line of the Jags.
That is really big for Northwest because it changes this game entirely. You go from a situation where you thought, oh, crap, now we're going to have to give the ball back to a team. We haven't been able to stop yet this half. We haven't stopped the Jaguars so far defensively. Well, now you pick up the first down thanks to the penalty, and your offensive line got a little bit of a break. Let's see if the center, I saw him practicing some snaps on the sideline during the one play. Try and get that back under control and get some points on the board.
Coach Pezzetti not real pleased with the call on the far sideline.
Coach Pezzetti, I'm going to say this. It was the right call.
Yeah.
It was the right call. I was really surprised that the flag didn't come out earlier.
So they're going to walk this thing forward 15 yards from the 47 of Waukee Northwest now to the Centennial 38-yard line. Mac Heitland, he's put together a great performance. Trying to get going here a little bit in the second half after he started the game. 10 of 12 for 76 yards and a touchdown. Out of the shotgun with 2 receivers left. And they will hand the football off in the middle. What a tackle from behind. That was, I believe, Reed Anderson. Man, what an incredibly difficult tackle there out in space and getting him from behind.
Yeah, Reed Anderson just shedding his block. As soon as the ball is snapped, sheds his block and then makes the ankle tackle. Still gets 2 yards, but I mean, he's right there. If he's not there, that play probably goes for about 5 or 6. And again, Northwest, the running room really, it's just not there.
2nd down and 8 from the 36. They'll swing it out to the left, complete to Combe. Combe still on his feet. He is bumped out of bounds at the 32-yard line. Short pickup of the play of 4. It'll be 3rd down and 4 for the Wolves.
Seen a bit of Elliott Combs so far tonight. I only had 13 catches coming into the game. Saw him have the 11-yard receiving touchdown earlier, the only touchdown of the game for Northwest. So 3rd and 4 situation. It's an 11-point game, so a field goal does help you. You can kick a field goal. We saw them do it in this direction earlier. You're probably still too far out, though.
Yeah, just 2 field goal attempts all year long. The 34-yarder earlier tonight was a long of the season. Here's a handoff, and again, not much room. Maybe got a yard, but boy, I'll tell you, Dakoa Benta Walsh. This young man runs hard. He hasn't had a much room, but he just keeps chucking those legs forward.
Yeah, and he's a little guy, too. He's on the shorter side, especially when it comes to running back. Think of a Darren Sproles type. Or the running back out of Kansas State that plays for the Cowboys now in Deuce Vaughn. They're going to line up for this field goal, Trent.
Now they're going to shift it around a little bit. Movement.
Yeah.
And it's going to lead to a penalty encroachment against Ankeny Centennial. That is number 99, Houston Luce, who saw the movement. He just jumped across. It's encroachment and a first down.
Wow. So this is the second time that Northwest is going to pick up a first down because of a Centennial defensive penalty. And this time, this one is it's a mental lapse. You see the movement up front and the defensive line, and you just think, go, 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 go.
First and 10 now to the 26-yard line for Waukee Northwest. Trailing by 11, 2:43 to play. And once again, as we see the replay on CISN TV, everybody moving. And Lucy, I mean, he was so far in there, it's almost like he got lost. Now they're going to go back the other way on a false start against the offense.
Well, so I didn't see it when it was first happening. I was looking down at my stats, and I thought, are they just playing the play that they just did all over again? Did they not read the game script? Like we used to joke about the NFL. They're running the same play twice here.
5-yard penalty. And that is a stinger. Don't want to work behind the chains, trailing already here in this one. They'll put the H-back in motion over to the left side, Schaller, and hand the football off. Big hole up the middle to the 25-yard line, a pickup of 6. A necessity there for Waukee Northwest and make it a manageable one. But we do see Benta Walsh. He is limping a little bit.
Ooh. That's not a good sign because he was already third man on the depth chart. Had to a couple of injuries to Woodruff and James have led to him playing in this game. So if he goes down, Will Koenig, we saw get the first carry of the game. Haven't seen him since. So he was fourth on the depth chart. Check that. So we don't know where they're going to go if he stays hurt. He's still in the game for right now.
On the right hip of Heitland, and he'll take the carry again, but he is hit in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and Houston Luce comes up and makes amends for that mistake a little bit earlier.
All right, so we saw them line up for a field goal in what was 5 yards further back, so they're going to do the same thing here. I don't think this is a situation where they're going to try and do that movement up front and try and pick up the first down. I think this is an actual kick. Oh, no, I'm wrong. I'm wrong.
They got you again?
Dead wrong. Did they get him again?
There's flags again. Let's see if it was somebody jumping or if it was a procedure penalty against Waukee Northwest. Let's see.
Encroachment, defense, 5-yard penalty, still fourth down.
So another encroachment. Now this one will not be enough for the first down, but makes it a fourth and much more manageable 4th and 6 from the 22.
Do you try it again?
I don't see why not.
Nobody has their hand in the turf yet, so
and they will. They're shifting everybody over. Nobody jumped offside this time.
Drop kick maybe?
They're going to put a man in motion coming across the formation, which is 3 offensive linemen. Sweetie, pressure comes, rolling to his left, still looking, he is ripped down. The ball comes out at the end of the play. Ankeny Centennial holds. There was all kinds of confusion out there. Sweetie couldn't find anybody downfield. It'll be a 4th down stop for the Jags.
Yeah, so this was really a two-person read, two-man read, I want to say. So they sent Elliott Combe, the wide receiver who had the touchdown earlier in the game, they sent him deep on a post route. But then they also had the man going in motion. So I think this was a read where, all right, we're either going to give it to the guy going in motion to try and pick up the 6 yards if there's nobody out wide to the right to stop the run. Or the quarterback's going to keep it, and he's going to try and hit Combe deep on the post route. But Centennial didn't bite on any of it, so the play looked like the Colts-Patriots play from a couple of years ago.
Not that bad.
No, nowhere near that bad.
And we saw Bassett. Oh, he was laid out there.
Oh, yeah.
He took a hard hit. Not only is he a good defender as you see him make his way off the field here on CISN TV, but he's also the punter.
He's the punter.
And he has turned into a really good punter. Boy, I seen him a couple weeks ago from what we saw in week 1 where he's just a big, strong athlete out there punting the football. He's turned into a real punter. He's got an incredibly strong leg, and that is impactful certainly for Centennial. We'll see as he makes his way over to the Jaguars sideline. 21-10 our score, 54 seconds left to go in the third quarter. And now the Jaguars, of course, with Braden Jackson and company. He just ripped off an 80-yarder the last time they had the football as he comes back out onto the field. Now 200-plus yards rushing in the night.
I think their offense is well rested.
Yes, it is. A long series there for Northwest, but nothing to show for it on the scoreboard. They'll hand it off to Jackson. He scoots forward to the 40-yard line, still on his feet. He gets the first down, a pickup of 11 to the 43.
First off, what a jump cut right at the line of scrimmage. Just puts that right foot into the ground and jumps about 2 yards to his left to find the hole. And then you can feel for Northwest because even when you think you got him stopped, oh, there is a flag in the back behind the 30-yard line. Didn't see that there, so this one's probably coming back.
Personal foul, defense number 99. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down.
That is something he can't afford. Down by 2 scores already. Gave the football back as Jackson Davis gets hit with the personal foul dead ball penalty. And the football will now go into Northwest territory with 45 seconds to play in the third.
Yeah, it's something you just absolutely cannot afford. We saw Centennial had the 2 penalties that gave Northwest a pair of first downs, but they were able to survive this. So Northwest is going to have to do the same, but this one obviously hurts.
Out of the shotgun, it is Chase Kluver, the quarterback, with Braden Jackson on his left hip. Jackson takes the handoff, slows down for a moment, waits for that offensive line, and pushes forward for a gain of 7 on first down.
Again, right when you think you have him taken down, I'm talking Jackson here, he's able to pick up 7, 8 yards. It's because he's so strong. It's because his offensive line is so strong. They don't stop until they hear the whistle. Again, it's coach verbiage. It gets repetitive. Had to play in the blind side, but they don't stop until they hear the whistle. And that's what the difference in this game right now.
We'll go to the fourth quarter. Centennial 21, Northwest 10. The Jags on the move when we come back. This is high school football on 96.9 FM and video streaming on CISN TV.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade. With the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Northwest needs to find a way to get a stop down by 11. Man in motion. They'll hand the football off to the right side, and that is Heather on the carry.
Only the first or maybe the second carry of the night for Heather. And that's a guy that we saw a lot in their first game of the season. They line him up at fullback when they go into that 2-slot running back formation. And they give him the ball quite a bit early on in the season. Not too much, especially so far in this game, but it's a good carry. Doesn't run like a fullback.
He does not. He's got some speed to him. There is no doubt. First down to the 26-yard line for the Jaguars. Jackson goes in motion. He'll take the handoff up the right side. powering forward for a nice pickup and makes his way into the Metro Heating and Cooling red zone to the 19-yard line.
So it's kind of a question is when is Centennial going to go into that formation? It's the formation that the Pezzettis have made their money on with the two slot running backs, and we're starting to see that 2 plays in a row, and you get Heather in there, and he'll be your leading blocker, maybe give him a carry every once in a while. And Trent, now we're going to see the Centennial special, where they are going to milk this clock every single play.
Unofficially 234 yards rushing for Braden Jackson tonight. As they set it up to Kluver, he's rolling out to the right, cuts back, got the first down, and brought down, but there is a flag on the play.
So Trent, I think this is going to go on Northwest number 99, Jackson Davis, and I think this is going to be a personal foul penalty.
Oh, no.
And if that's number 2, correct me if I'm wrong, he's out of the game, right?
I am not positive if that is also a high school rule. Well, they're checking down on the field to see if that was the case.
He definitely is the person who this flag is on, because he was getting blocked, and then after he got blocked, he got up and then pushed the player blocking him right in the face.
Personal foul. Hands in the face. Defense number 99. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Hands to the face penalty is the call. It will be a first down for Ankeny Centennial. Already up by 11, and a touchdown here would put them in great position.
All right, I'm going to say this. I think the refs are doing Davis a favor.
Yeah.
Because I think this is a personal foul.
Dead ball.
This is the ball was nowhere near them. He clearly shoves him right in the face when the play is over. And I think the refs know, okay, this would be his second one. Let's cut him a little bit of slack here. Let's just give it a 5-yard penalty.
So they'll spot the football down at the, I believe it says 7 up on the scoreboard. Looks like the Sticks has it right at the 10. They still haven't placed the football down. They're marking it forward now, and they're going to mark it at the 7-yard line. First and goal for Ankeny Centennial.
Don't you know you're always supposed to trust the scoreboard? Always?
Always?
Always? I'm kidding.
I've learned better than that.
I'm kidding.
Hey, this crew here at Northwest, though, they've done an outstanding job tonight. First and goal from the 7. Single receiver to the left. Tight formation outside of that for the Jags. Under center is Kluver. They'll put a man in motion. Second man through. They hand it to Brawl. Brawl fighting. Going to be shy of the goal line. Mark it down at the 2 after a pickup of 5.
Brawl has stepped into his role well tonight. The senior running back only had 5 carries coming into the game. The 2 running backs for Centennial have been Braden Jackson, obviously, and J.J. Morgan. But we haven't seen J.J. Morgan at all tonight. I'm assuming he's probably out with an injury. So Brawl he's stepped into the role really well, and I'm very impressed. And then Pezzetti's, we're going to reward you, give you a carry inside the 10.
And according to AI, yes, you're right. 2 personal fouls in a high school game leads to an ejection. First and goal as they run it to the left side with Hyder, and he's going to be stopped short. Defense stands strong for the Wolves, and they need a stop.
All right, I'm going to put the extra hat on here. For Centennial, you almost say that's not the worst thing in the world because the clock is going to continue to run. You're pretty confident that you're going to be able to score a touchdown anyway. So you're saying, okay, it's not the worst thing. I'm not saying they weren't trying to score. I think they were trying to score. But you're also, that's okay. It's okay. Because there's 10 seconds left in the play clock, and they haven't even broken the huddle yet.
They got to hustle, and they will. Sprinting up to the line. Here comes that offensive line. They're ready to go. Line up, put a man in motion. They're going to use a timeout. With 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter, Jaguars 21 on the doorstep of scoring. Wolves 10. We come back with more. This is high school football on 96.9 FM and video streaming on CISN TV.
Deals are hot this month at DeArmond Ford Indianola. New 2024 F-150 XLTs with 3.9% for 60 months, plus up to $8,000 off MSRP. Get $6,000 off or 2.9% for 72 months on new 2024 Expeditions and new 2024 Edge and Escapes, both with 1.9% for 60 months, plus up to $2,075 rebate. No payments for 90 days on all new Fords at DeArmond Ford Indianola.
Back to the high school football and the Central Iowa Game of the Week on 96.9 The Bull.
It is 3rd down and goal for Ankeny Centennial as we come back in our Central Iowa game of the week. Centennial 21, Northwest 10. Thanks for joining myself, Trent Condon, alongside Lucas Strain. Important football game for both sides in this one, and Centennial looking to take a 3-score lead with 9 minutes left to go in the 4th quarter. Under center once again is Chase Kluver, the quarterback. He's got Hyther with him in the backfield. They'll hand it off to Jackson, right side. He's in. Touchdown, Jaguars. 3rd score of the night for Braden Jackson.
Same play that we saw him score the first touchdown on the game on, just running it to the other side. They get into that running back slot formation with the fullback and Hyther up there. Hyther's going to make the leading block, chips the guy on the outside. Jackson just cuts it right back up the middle, and it's an easy score for Centennial.
Ryan Bendizzo will come on to attempt the PAT. He's hit his first 3 of the evening. This one on its way, and that one is good as well. 28-10. All Ankeny Centennial here in the second half. Back with more high school football in a moment.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Back to high school football on 96.9 The Bull.
28-10, Ankeny Centennial in control, 21 consecutive here in the second half. After trailing at the half, kick goes into the end zone for a touchback. Now Mac Heitland trying to come up with something big and get his team back into this football game.
Yeah, so we said last drive that it's probably time to stop running it as much as you were in the first half. You don't want to use the word abandon because that makes it sound harsh. But it's about time. You can't afford to be running the ball outside of very specific situations. It's time to air it out.
From their own 20-yard line, 1st and 10, Heitland, quick pitch and catch out to the right side, complete, breaking a tackle and getting the first down. And once again, it is a nice throw out there. Jordan Green, you can see the connection they have.
So what I was thinking is it's been a really quiet half for Jordan Green.
Yeah.
After it was a very loud first half, had 5-6 catches. And now this is his first one, maybe even his first target.
Second catch of the second half.
Second catch. So we haven't seen that much of him. I'd like to see them go back to that sophomore connection.
They're going to run it on the counter, but hit in the backfield. Loose with a great tackle back there, and a loss of 2 on the run for Benta Walsh.
Yeah, Loose, the junior Jaguar, he was in the backfield immediately there. So they tried to run a counter running away from him, so they left him unblocked on purpose, but he's able to get into the backfield very quickly.
They'll throw it, double pass, Sweeney looking up top, incomplete. Good work on the back end defensively, and there's Lucas Brohl.
So this is now the second time that we've seen a trick play from the Wolves to try and get Sweeney a pass attempt down the field. Neither one of them have worked. So that's really good job from Centennial. It's good discipline. It's good study. It's good job in the film room. Everyone is doing their job right, but Northwest, they're trying to get tricky. They realize we got to get the ball down the field, and if it takes a trick play, it takes a trick play.
Third pass attempt of the season for Julian Sweeney comes up empty and makes it 3rd and 12 from their own 31. Ball loose on the turf and covered up by Heitland. Snap just didn't even get back to him. Not sure if it hit somebody, went off the leg. Didn't see exactly clean what it was, but it'll be 4th down now for the Wolves.
Yeah, you want to say you have to go for it, but I don't think you can. You're in a situation where it's a 4th and 17. it's a punting situation. You got to punt the ball away. And I think seeing off the replay, it hit the motion man while he was making his way from right to left. So that's how the ball found its way onto the turf.
Punting into the wind, Eastman will knuckle it out there near midfield. Brawl calls for the fair catch and secures it right at the midfield stripe, and that's where Ankeny Centennial will get the football back. And well, I've watched a lot of Pezzettis throughout the years. I am going to anticipate we're going to see something on the ground.
I was just going to say, you think they're going to throw it?
No.
Even once?
Well, we have not seen a pass attempt in the second half from Chase Kluger.
No, we saw one. We saw in the second play they ran an RPO.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
So
picked up 4 on the play.
Yes.
You're right.
So this is the second Centennial game I've done. This is your third.
Yep.
First game I saw was our first game of the year, and we saw 1 pass attempt from Centennial in the second half.
And we could be trending the exact same direction
Yes.
here. And week 8 of the season, 7:26 to go, and Ankeny Centennial leading 28-10 over Waukee Northwest. Broll goes in motion. They'll hand it up the middle. Just a simple handoff to the big man up the gut. That is number 10, Sam Heather. And a good solid run on first down to pick up a 5.
I can't help but laugh because I love how they have Heather in like the fullback position. The dude just does not run like a fullback. He runs like a wide receiver where he's going to run straight up and down. He's going to try and find space. You know, most of your fullbacks, you see a fullback, you think of neck brace. You think of somebody who's going to lower the shoulder and he's going to 3 yards and he's going to try and bull right over you. That's not how Heather runs the ball. I just find it a little ironic.
Pick up a 5, clock running as they'll go with the counter reverse on that inside carry to Brawl. He pushes it out to the 43-yard line to pick up a 3. It'll be 3rd down and short.
So this is what you see when you hear about those early 2000 offenses where they run a lot of counters. That's what you're looking at here. You send a man in motion going the other way. You fake the handoff to you fake a handoff to the fullback. You fake it to the other running back, then you give it to the running back who's going back in the original direction. So a lot of counters keeps the defense on their toes.
Got to play your run fits correctly here defensively for Waukee Northwest. Everybody's got to stay in their lane as we approach the 6-minute mark of the 4th quarter. 3rd down and 2 from the 43-yard line. Here is Jackson, and he's got the first down, a pickup of 6, and a fresh set of downs for the Jags.
I mean, that's just a heck of a jump cut. That's a heck of a move. Jack Vineyard, the senior linebacker for Northwest, he throws his hands up into the air because he's frustrated with himself. He's saying, I should have made that tackle. I was right there. Jack, let me tell you this right now. That is a very tough tackle to make. It's a tackle out in space against a very talented running back. You shouldn't be upset with yourself in any way.
Now, over 250 yards in the game for Braden Jackson unofficially. Brawl in motion. They'll go to Heather, middle of the field, pushes the pile forward. Out to the 35, a pickup of 4. And Ankeny Centennial, they're going to be content. Run this football, run out this clock, and march forward in playoff positioning to week 9.
Yeah, it doesn't take a genius or a football guru to figure out what their game plan is in these games. It's get a lead, build it up enough, and then just run that clock out. Run it as much as you can. Ball security. We know we're not going to turn the ball over. When they threw 2 interceptions against Dowling, they lost the game. That's so when they turn the ball over, bad things happen. That is how things tend to go. But here, we're just going to hand the ball off, keep things nice and simple.
And falling forward, looked like stumbled a little bit out of the backfield. New running back into the game for Ankeny Centennial. So they went a little bit different there. Got a new carrier out on the field, and that was good as he fell back to the line of scrimmage. Check that, Daniel Cintron.
Cintron, the sophomore running back. So you're down in the depth chart already. You're up by 18 points. There's less than 5 minutes to go. Might as well give it to Cintron. See what else you got. See what other talent you have in the backfield, because you can't just lean on Braden Jackson every time.
It was 36. That is Devin Good. Yep. 5'9" sophomore himself. As they go out to the right, Kluver, he's got the first down to the 25-yard line. Pick up a 9 on 3rd and 5.
There's the physical running from Kluver that we talked about before the game started. We have seen it we've seen him carry it 3 times, to my knowledge, so far in this game, and they're all similar ways, where it's going to be a quarterback keeper all the way towards the opposite side of the field. It's going to be to the short side where everyone on the defense is lined up onto the wide side. There's maybe motion going over in that direction, so everybody's flowing there, and Kluver just goes back the other way.
3:35 left in the fourth quarter. Ankeny Centennial leading Waukee Northwest 28-10. But good in motion. He'll get the carry to the right side near the 20-yard line and gets there and makes his way into the Metro Heating and Cooling red zone. Another opportunity here for Ankeny Centennial. We'll see. With 3:10 left to go. They are going to continue to run the football, but just how aggressive they're going to be.
Yeah, I can't blame you for thinking good with Cintron earlier. His jersey's a little scrunched up onto that right side, so that 3-6 looks like a 3-0. I thought it was 30 off the bat too. So I was looking at my roster. I was like, "That's Cintron. Who's good? Who are you talking about?" But so I thought it was 32. Can't blame you in one bit.
See, always anticipate you got it right the first time. Here's a handoff up the right, still on his feet, and going to get another first down to the 14-yard line.
It's high there again. Doesn't run like a fullback. That one was a bit more like a fullback. A lot more physical run. You see, he throws a stiff arm in there, throwing his wannabe tackler off of him. Saw a little bit of extracurriculars after the play on the side of Centennial. That's right now. The Pezzettis are saying, hey, no, that's not something we need. Now is not the time for it. We are 2 minutes and 20 seconds away from walking out with a win. Do not get a stupid penalty called on you now.
From the 14-yard line, here is Good with the carry. Oh, he is stuck a hard hit. Good defense there from Northwest. And they're going to, I believe, use one of their remaining timeouts. With 2:04 left to play, it'll be second down when we come back. Jags in control, 28-10. This is high school football on 96.9 FM and video streaming on CISN TV.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
In Norwalk for elite eye care.
Back to the high school football and the Central Iowa Game of the Week on 96.9 The Bull.
Trent Cotton alongside Lucas Strain as we play in the fourth quarter. 2:04 left to go in this one. Ankeny Centennial a 28-10 lead over Waukee Northwest. Trying to salt it away. Northwest just used their first timeout of the second half. They'll put another man in motion, hand it off in the middle of the field. That time the carry goes to Jeremiah Bassett, and it'll be another timeout.
Bassett again. This is we're going to see a couple of Bassetts in this game. Isaiah, they're both seniors. Isaiah's a senior, and 24, Jeremiah Bassett, both seniors. So Jeremiah and Isaiah, they're not twins, are they?
I don't think so.
There's
well, certainly they're sized differently.
That's what I'm thinking. That's where my mind went immediately. Because Isaiah, the player we see on the defensive line, he's their punter. He's a great athlete. Saw him walk off the field. He got hurt, but he walked off the field on his own power with his helmet in hand. So you like to think that he's going to be okay. But I'm assuming they're not twins. But it's very great. Maybe cousins? Cousins, maybe?
Well, they could be.
I guess they could be brothers.
They could be.
You hardly ever see that when they're in the same grade.
But maybe one's an early birthday, one's a late.
You're right. Maybe one skipped a grade.
It happens. And we'll await confirmation from our Centennial contingent, our producers on staff. We'll see if they can help us out with that one. What we do know, it's 28-10, Ankeny Centennial leading Waukee Northwest with 1:57 left. That was the final timeout from the Wolves. 3rd and 5 from the 9-yard line. Good in motion. He'll take the handoff to the right side. He's going to be stood up short of the first down. It'll be 4th down and a couple Now, do you try the field goal attempt from the right hash, kind of a funky angle with the wind at your back? Do you just try to run it, get the first down, and get out of here?
That's what I think. Maybe not just go for the first down. If you get the touchdown, I think they're going to be okay with that. You're not going to tell your guys, hey, get the first down, but go down short of the goal line. Because what if the guy goes, oh, I didn't even get the first down? So I don't think you kick the field goal in this situation. You try it running one more time.
Long look over at the sidelines. Wonder if the Jags are going to use a timeout. Looks like they will. Setting up this 4th down and 3 from the 7-yard line. Back in 30 seconds, a minute 11 to play here in Waukee. Centennial with a 28-10 lead. We're back with more in a moment.
Deals are hot this month at DeArmond Ford Indianola. New 2024 F-150 XLTs with 3.9% for 60 months, plus up to $8,000 off MSRP. Get $6,000 off or 2.9% for 72 months on new 2024 Expeditions and new 2024 Edge and Escapes, both with 1.9% for 60 months, plus up to $2,075 rebate. No payments for 90 days on all new Fords at DeArmond Ford Indianola.
You're listening to high school football and the Central Iowa Game of the Week on KXNO HD2 Ankeny, 96.9 The Bull. Back to the action with Trent Condon.
As we play in the 4th quarter with a minute 11 to play, it is 4th and 3 for Ankeny Centennial. They lead at 28-10. A first down will salt it away. They're going to go for it. From the 7-yard line, need to get to the 4 for the first down. Single receiver lined up to the left. Has some reserves at the game. Starting quarterback, though, is in there in Kluver.
4th down, 3 yards to go.
As he'll work under center, he's got 2 slot backs on each side. Heather is the fullback. Man in motion, play action, rolling. Kluver looking to the end zone, incomplete. Had a man with the step, but just a little bit too hard on the throw. Second pass of the second half for Centennial comes up empty, and the Wolves get the stop.
They ruined the stat line. I was really liking that the both games that I had been to, that they'd only thrown it one time in the second half. All right, so if you're Northwest here, try and get some points on the board. Try and get a good drive that you can feel good about offensively at the end of this game. You want to build some kind of momentum going into next week.
As we play here with a minute 6 to go out of the shotgun, here comes Waukee Northwest. Rolling out to the right, throwing, and it's complete. To the 15-yard line, a pickup of 8 on the play, able to find Sweeney out there on the completion.
Sweeney's had a pretty good game. I know Northwest only has 10 points offensively and nothing to show for here in the second half, but I think Sweeney's had a really good game. He's done a little bit of everything. I like seeing those utility players.
The second catch of the night, he's thrown it, he's run with it. There's a completion for the first down, able to find Jordan Green. And a pickup of 4 on the play, back-to-back completions here for Matt Heitland.
See, that's what we're talking about. You know you're probably not going to go score. You're definitely not going to come back and win this game, but just get the ball to your playmakers. Let's just try and have something you feel good about.
Going to take a shot up the field, incomplete. Had a step there once again was Jordan Green, and just incomplete.
I'll tell you why he couldn't jump up to make the catch. He blew a tire. He lost a shoe halfway through the route.
That's a problem.
It is harder to jump when you don't have one cleat on. You're a little off-centered, especially when you're on turf. Those socks on turf, they just slide everywhere.
Out of the shotgun, Heitland looking out, finds Green, complete to the 25-yard line. So a pickup of 6 on that one. Matt Heitland showing why he's one of the top prospects in the state in the class of 2027.
Wow.
Goodness gracious.
Wow. Isn't it weird where we see players in college football who are born in 2007?
That is very odd, yes.
Yeah, that's weird. What was it like first time you heard someone was born in 2000 playing?
That was a tough one, no doubt. Completion over the middle, still on his feet. That's Oliver. Speaking of prospects, the son of Dean Oliver, former Hawkeye basketball great, came in as dad took over the Iowa United basketball program after leaving Wisconsin. And a nice pickup there. Now taking a shot up the field. Ball, fight for it with Combe, but it's incomplete.
Good play outside defensively from Centennial. So I didn't know that about Oliver when you first told me. I had no idea. That's a fun little nugget for you there, Trent.
His
Look at you and your connections.
Dad, outstanding player, Mason City, winning state championships with the Mohawks back in the day.
How do you know about that?
Well, played against him a little bit. Didn't go well for this old man. That is for sure. I don't think it'd go any bebetter today. Here's pressure. Heitland rolling out to his right, still rolling, and chucks it away with 6 seconds left on the clock. 28-10, 6 seconds to go. We'll see. Maybe one final snap here on 3rd and 10 for Waukee Northwest. They led it 10-7 at the half, but a big second half, and it was blown open on an 80-yard touchdown run by Braden Jackson. Here's Heitland. He wants to go for it all. Looking for Green, incomplete. And that's how this one will come to a close. Final score, Ankeny Centennial 28, Waukee Northwest 10. We'll come back on the other side, put a cap on this one, and hand out our Graphite Construction Group Hard Hat Player of the Game. 28-10 the final. Centennial with the win over Northwest as we come back.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and if you have an old inefficient wood fireplace, we need to talk. Heat and Glow has some great retrofit inserts to convert that old drafty wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace. A Heat and Glow gas insert will give you high efficiency, it will give you ease of operations, and it will give you enough warmth to take the edge off a cold winter's night. For the best in gas inserts, come see us at Fireplace Superstore today.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
Fight Construction Group Hard Hat Player of the Game from 96.9 The Bull.
Trent Cott and Lucas Strain back with you one final time as it is final. Ankeny Centennial a winner tonight. 28-10 over Waukee Northwest. The Jags pick up win number 6 of the season, put themselves in good position not just for the playoffs but potentially hosting a game in the first round of the playoffs. For Waukee Northwest, they are on the outside looking in, and it's going to be need a little bit of help next week, not just a win against Ames, but a little bit more to get there. Time to hand out our Graphite Construction Group Hard Hat Player of the Game. Lucas Strain, I've given you some difficult ones in the past. This one tonight, I don't think going to be real tough.
Yeah, normally we try and think outside the box. We go, oh, you know what? We always give it to the quarterback. We always give it to the running back. Let's try and give it to somebody else. No, I'm giving this one to number 1, Braden Jackson. Trent, your unofficial stats from the game finished with 25 carries for 252 yards, 3 scores. That is over 10 yards a carry. Not difficult to do the math on that one. That includes the 80-yard rushing touchdown. Braden Jackson had himself a hell of a game.
That he did, and he picks up the Graphite Construction Group Hard Hat Player of the Game. 252 yards, an 80-yard touchdown run, 3 total touchdowns in the game. And Ankeny Centennial down at the half, 10-7. They score all 21 points in the second half.
Oh, yeah. It was a beautiful second half adjustment, both offensively and defensively. Their run defense was stout. We saw Northwest really wanted to try and run the ball. It just wasn't there. So now if you look at the game where we're going to go from after this, Northwest yeah, you're 3-5. The season, it's technically not over. We've seen teams make it into the postseason with a 4-5 record. We've even seen a team like Valley, a couple of years, get a 4-5 record, make it to the playoffs, and then make it to the Dome. So the season's not over yet. Centennial, you got to feel pretty comfortable where you're at right now.
Final score for the final time tonight, Ankeny Centennial a winner, 28-10 over Waukee Northwest. Thanks for joining us here this evening. For Lucas Strain, I'm Trent Condon. Now we send it back to regular programming, already in progress on 96.9 FM. Good night, everyone. FM.
KXNO HD2 Ankeny. Listen on the free iHeartRadio.